Okay, there it is. It's time
Hey.
for the kids on bikes, whatnot. We're back. Someone's got a sword.
You
Oh,
have that
wait,
in your
more.
backpack?
uh, yeah. All right, time for a real session one. Sid, what are we playing? What's going on? Help us.
So we're playing Kids on Bikes. Again, this is more of a kind of a narrative-driven game. I mean, D&D is also, but I feel like this is a kind of a different beast all on its own. Enough so that I felt a little stumped when I was writing stuff down. I don't know why. But last time, everybody was able to kind of create the world that we were going to be playing in. They dropped in like a city name. We came up with organizations and rumors, and that very much informed what we're going to be doing. Very briefly, before we get started, do you guys want to go through your characters and just kind of tell like what trope, that's not it, trope you guys picked, or what kind of vibe you're going for as a character?
Yeah, just left to right, I suppose.
Yeah, sure.
On the thing. Yeah, so Sammy, or Scoops as they call him, is the junior reporter, columnist, or what have you, at the Lofatt. What do we call it? Lofatt Express? Is that what we call the paper? I don't remember.
I put like the Lofatt Times or something.
Sure, yeah, there you
like
go.
That. We can definitely change it.
Yes, he's the junior reporter. His grandfather's the editor, and there's like one other person there who writes. And yeah, he's very much, you know, the adventurous type, the rule-breaking adventurous type. Like, I'm gonna go in there and get my story. Always looking for that scoop, hence the name.
Oh, Miss Alexa.
So Alexa is my play on what will eventually become the high school friend who drifted away, but since we're a lot younger, she's just starting to go there. She is friends with Justin, right? Justin? Can't remember.
Justin.
Yes, Justin. She's friends mostly with Justin, knows about Scoops, doesn't really know Doogie at all. Yeah, she is starting to drift away, has a little bit of the nerd background, but is starting to essentially become the popular kid at school. And we'll see how that goes.
Artem, just FYI, you're getting a little bit of crackliness. It's not terrible, but you're getting some.
Okay. I'm not sure where the crackliness is coming from.
Justin Cooper.
Justin Cooper is... I didn't really have a particular trope other than he is the paper boy. That's kind of what I built it off of. He is all about the moolah. He is about getting those video games, Star Wars, and DBZ merch, and collecting all 120 Pokemon, and getting some sweet candy. That's his deal. He thinks that money's going to solve all his problems, because his problems right now are limited to video games and Star Wars and DBZ merch.
That's fair,
actually,
though.
he does have some other problems. His parents recently divorced, so he really is hanging on his friends right now to be his rock at the moment.
We got Doug McPherson, who is a Boy Scout and recent public schooler. He's a homeschooler, still has a lot of homeschooler energy, but he's figuring it out. He's always prepared for everything. His dad is the coach of the local, what did we say, baseball team, soccer team?
I honestly don't remember, but you could probably pick a sport and run with it.
The local coach. The
everything
local
coach.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, the local coach has failed and is coach of every team.
Mm-hmm.
And his mom is the business type who's always busy. And yeah, that's Doug.
Nice. And really quickly, let me just try to fix this nameplate thing because I hate this Roll20 shenanigans because I always have an issue with it. It does say nameplate on it.
It says show nameplate.
Yeah. I won't stick on it too long. If I can't fix it, then I can't fix it. And that's just something we'll have to deal with.
That's a good idea.
Show to players, maybe? Is that it?
Yeah, try that.
Boop.
No,
That probably just pushed you guys the freaking handout.
No, it didn't change anything.
Yeah, that's the handout.
That's so weird.
It should
Yeah.
be on the actual token itself.
Yeah, they all say show nameplate on it.
I don't know.
I don't either. Anyway, let me try one more thing. Just for the hell of it. Represents. Nope, nothing. Okay. Moving right along. Okay, so October 8th, 1999. Lofatt is a small town and it seems to be getting smaller. Ever since the coal mine shut down and that IT company over in Fort Hill opened up, it's almost like people are leaving in droves, and they are definitely leaving by the day. The town was booming once. Between the coal mines, the logging companies, and the farming industry, the place had promise, and the years have not been kind. Shops are now closing down. Buildings are being abandoned. City officials claim big things are coming and big things are in the works, but it's becoming harder and harder to believe in the midst of perpetual downsizing. And the new Sheets store out on the highway does not count because it's not in town. No, the town is pretty quiet and it's mostly uneventful. So much so that everyone seems to be practically jumping at the opportunity to make the Remembering the 10 event the biggest event that the town has seen since the 10 became a thing. It's kind of sad, actually. 10 teenagers drunkenly staggering off into a mine. Local author and former English teacher makes big book deal, bigger money off of fabricated story involving those 10 dead teenagers. And then 10 teenagers are remembered and heralded as some kind of heroes. They're dead, but nobody's really let them be put to rest. Their names and likenesses crop on lazy merchandise peddled by the town for book tourists. Their faces are painted on kitschy big gulp cups and coffee mugs sold at local stores. And on the 10th anniversary of their deaths, the city puts forth a big, grand effort to commemorate their existence with a memorial in the middle of town. Celebrity author Ethan Queen is scheduled to be there, along with waves of potential dark tourists in the city of Lofatt, and its citizens intend on making bank. Main Street will be shut down, making the space for vendors. The park will have live music, there will be events and games. They even gave the school an early release, a half day, like it's some sort of holiday. And that's where we start. Once again, it's Friday, October 18th, 1999. And it is 7:30 a.m. Alexa, what's your morning look like?
She gets up probably earlier than most. She puts together her bag. She puts it in her uniform for the sports that she does after school. She puts in all of her school things, and her dad is most likely already pretty much like ready to go. So she's on her own. She gets the Eggo waffles out and does what she needs to get ready for the day. There's not a lot of talking in her house. Just pretty much are you ready? All right, let's go from her dad. And she gets into his car, and it's like almost like a nothing morning when she's dropped off at school. And yeah, that's what her morning pretty much looks like. It's very, very uneventful, not much of a home life. I don't know how far you want us to go into like
No, that's good. I
school.
actually because my next question was how do you get to school? But I do feel like I have a note here. It's basically pretty much what you said, because I had like a little bit of something, and it involved your dad already like ready to go, waiting on you. You grab your Eggo like waffle, but there's already like an ancient note that's been like pinned to the refrigerator that just says eat breakfast for like mornings he's not there, but it's not new. It just stays there.
Mhm.
So that morning he drops you off at school. Before you get out of the car though, just very quickly, like not even on you. He seems to be like rifling through his pockets. Um, are you going to the event tonight, or do you need money? Or I'm probably not going to make it either way, but
Well, I was thinking about it. Probably go with some friends.
$30? With that,
Sure.
he'll he opens his wallet, and you do see like in the billfold, the trifold of it, you do see like a picture of mom in there. And he quickly pulls out like a 20 and a 10, and he passes it to you just without even really, again, not even looking. Just have a good day.
She takes it and like she's done this before very clearly. She has it down hand motions, and like there's sort of a moment like where she gets out of the car, and as she's closing the door, she says like, "Do you know when you're gonna be home tonight?"
Not too late, I hope.
Right. Love you, Dad. And she closes the door.
Car drives away. Justin Cooper, how about you? What does your morning look like?
That depends. Question for the DM.
Yes, sir.
Is this a morning paper or an afternoon paper?
I very much envisioned it as a morning paper.
Okay. So he's probably getting up at the crack of dawn, probably maybe even when it's dark out. You're gonna have a little like Nickelodeon alarm go off, like dee dee dee. It's like got all the crazy like zappity doo kind of stuff that the Nickelodeon stuff had. He's gonna like hit the alarm. He's gonna get up and he's gonna start, kind of getting ready for the day and heading down. I imagine there's just like a big stack of papers that get dropped off in his driveway, and he's got his bike and he's got like all of his like bags to pull out, and he just starts kind of getting ready for stuff. His dad, who works with something to do with computers, over at the military base, would probably catch him in the early morning. Yeah, and so he's just gonna kind of start like getting ready, and he probably won't check in with his dad, but his dad may check in with him. But he's kind of focused on getting his morning papers out.
Okay. I will say, your dad is most definitely already awake. He himself is getting ready for work at that time as well. But by the time you return home, like to get your school things, he's gone. But kind of like in every morning tradition, though, you know, like in your heart, you know, in your soul that there is a bowl of oatmeal like waiting for you in the refrigerator, like without a pause. Like there's breakfast, but it's not great breakfast. The oatmeal, it's like thick like mud. It can probably be used to like hold bricks together. It's just the way he likes it. Plain, no sugar.
Ugh.
But strictly out of curiosity, if you ever had the chance to make your own oatmeal, what would Justin's oatmeal be like? Strictly out of curiosity.
I don't know. I imagine he would like look at any kind of oatmeal that his dad would make, and just kind of be like,
Some mornings it's just in the trash.
yeah, probably, and he'll like go digging in the back of the freezer to like get some Eggo waffles that he himself bought with his paper route money. Be like, Eggo waffles, all right. And he'll put them in the toaster, and they will just be 2 Eggo waffles, like no butter, no nothing, like just that's the extent of his cooking ability. Like
That's
take the
how I
Eggo
eat
waffle,
mine.
that's it.
How do you get to school? Do you take your bike?
He takes his bike, yeah. He takes his bike everywhere.
Okay.
Sid, did you see that Eggo waffle dealer on TikTok?
I did not.
This kid like brought a box and a toaster to school, and he plugged it in the boys' bathroom and was toasting them and selling the Eggos like to people in his class. Like, it was a smart kid.
Dougie Doug McPherson, what does your morning look like?
Well, my alarm clock goes off. It plays Reveille. And it's like a little woodchuck beaver looking thing with a scout's hat on it that like lifts up a trumpet, and you have to like tap the trumpet down to like turn off the alarm.
It's made of the cheapest plastic. It's got.
Oh yeah, cheap plastic, and it's a few years old at this point, so like the audio for it is a little just like off tune by a key or two, like as it's degrading. But he's still using it. He has his clothes hung up ready, pre-picked out. He probably picks out clothes a day or two in advance and just hangs them up. So he gets out of bed, makes his bed first thing, brushes teeth, gets dressed into his daily attire, and does his hair, and then closes the door to or exits his room with his dad checking his time. It's like 4 minutes. You can do better, but that's pretty good.
It's so funny. Like, you guys are I wrote some stuff down in case and it's pretty much hitting similar beats.
It's great. And Dad has some shaving cream on his chin, but his mustache is still there. He's already wearing aviators.
Ready to go.
Yeah, and he's brushing his teeth. He's multitasking there. He rushes downstairs to grab some juice and a bowl of cereal and some eggs and bacon Mom has fried up, while she's looking at a to-do list and like structuring out her day. And man, does he get a ride to the school, or does he jump on the... Fuck it, it's the game. He grabs his bike, grabs his backpack, and double checks everything, makes sure it's all there, and jumps on his bike.
Cool. It's so funny to me because you guys are very much hitting very similar notes to what I wrote down.
Hell yeah.
And Samuel.
Yeah, so Scoops is so he's probably like up writing at his desk. You know, there's probably like a bunch of like used notebooks, you know, some like half written paragraphs, whatever, kind of scattered all around his desk in his room, and he's probably writing some stuff. Kind of looks over at the clock probably and sees like, oh crap, like I gotta go, like school's starting. Like probably drops it quickly, grabs his bag, runs out, just kind of sprints through the kitchen, grabs whatever he sees to go get on his bike and start biking, and like probably just runs right past his parents sitting there who are like eating their breakfast. Dad's probably drinking his coffee, goes right past them, but they like don't even notice. They're just in their own world. He just kind of bolts through. Then there isn't even like a good morning, and then he's out of there on his bike and on his way.
Okay. And so you all arrive at school. Getting there is kind of murmurs of excitement. It's a half day. It's a Friday. Some of the students didn't even come into school, and even coming in like first thing, some teachers already seem pretty distracted. There's some that just opt not to teach class. They're saying, hey, it's going to be a study class day, read a book. And then some even take it a step further, and they've had kind of turned their classroom into like a crafting table where they're putting together crafts and like trinkets and stuff to sell later on at the event. There's maybe even a couple that are bribing kids with extra credit for them to like get some more hands and help finish some crafts up before the event later. It's a very unusual day in that sense. And it's made even more so unusual when you all end up together in your respective classes kind of converging at the gym. It's when you like boys in your classes, you see Alexa, who's typically not in your classes at all. But she's there, and so are her classmates. And it seems as though a lot of the teachers last second just decided to kind of like just shove everybody at gym, like just have them run off energy. We're too busy. And it has made gym teacher, rumored vampire, Mr. Brandon Stoker pretty very visibly annoyed. He is a he doesn't look old necessarily, but he should be. He actually looks quite young for his age. His hair it's dark, it's black, it's full, thick. He's very tall with like stern features. And they set even into like a really stern line, like just seeing like the swarms of kids come in. But even for the amount of kids coming in, it's not nearly as much as it should be. He's annoyed regardless. Without missing a beat, with no reprieve, he sections kids off into groups of 4, and it just so happens you 4 end up on a team. But he announces that you guys are going to be playing dodgeball.
Oh man, I'm real excited for this one. I've been limbering up. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, man, I got all the moves. I can go super fast. Whichever way. I'm pretty good at dodging. Not so good at the catching part of the throwing, but I can dodge.
Wait, you're a paper boy that's not good at throwing?
Oh wait, no, that's true. Yeah, he's probably pretty decent at throwing.
What if he just has a shit arm though?
Yeah.
Or your arms worn out from throwing all morning?
That too, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Sid, I love this
Yeah,
mascot.
he's probably fairly worn out already
Nice.
during the day. Like, all right, first thing in the morning, doing this.
Good to see you guys. How's everything going?
Same old. Aren't you guys like confused? Why are we all in gym all of a sudden? I should be in pre-algebra right now.
Who cares? This is gonna be awesome. We got the Wonder Team back together. Let's everybody in. No, okay. Yeah, the Wonder Team.
Yeah.
We-
I don't know. I'm still suspicious.
Don't
So
you read your own paper? It's the 10th anniversary, man. I bet they're doing something connected to that.
Yeah, I know it's the 10th anniversary, but like, I don't know. I got a weird feeling about today. I can't explain it. Writer's
The whole
instinct,
thing
you know?
seems strange.
Speaking
Okay.
of your weird instinct, though, can you go ahead and roll? God, we'll call it brains, I guess.
Okay.
Hmm.
And
Or the closest thing, the approximation of like a perception check.
Sure,
like,
sure. Yeah, brains is fine. And I'm sorry, remind me, so as kids we have a +1 to charm and flight or something like
Yes.
that? Okay,
Yes.
okay. So this is just gonna be the D20. Did it
Oh,
go?
your brains is high? Hey. I didn't see it.
Oh, I clicked on it. Why didn't it go? Brains. I don't know why it's not rolling it. I'll type it.
I swear to God.
I'll just type. There we go.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, that was manual. 9 brains.
Okay. You mentioned yourself that something feels off today anyway. And maybe it's because you're looking for something, like deliberately looking for something that seems off. But the people across the way that are matched up against you guys, it's another group of 4. There's one 6th grader, there are 3 5th graders, and one of them just happens to be the girl that fell into this sinkhole maybe 2 days ago. And she's looking like very visibly distraught as her teammates are telling her to like go sit on the bleachers. But before there's even like a moment for her to actually go and do that, or for her to even truly react, you hear Mr. Stoker like start blowing a whistle, shouting out direction in terms of like, okay, we're playing dodgeball. If you remember, no hits to the head, like typical classroom dodgeball fare. But as far as things not feeling right, she seems off. I didn't see the modifier pull up.
Yeah, sorry. That's why. That's why
weird.
it didn't roll, because it prompted me for a mod that I didn't see, because I have it popped out in a different tab. Anyways.
Gotcha.
Okay, so she, like, does something visibly look off about her, or it's just weird that she's here at all, considering she just fell in a hole?
Well, so she made it through the whole, like, she got out like with very very minor injuries. She was actually very, like, surprisingly okay.
Okay.
But just in terms of her classmates, you hear them, like, you've been hearing them mentioning that she's been acting weird.
Okay.
So this is kind of par for the course for this week, but even still, like, she's typically pretty rambunctious, loud and happy, like she's ready to go, and today she's just very much turned off.
Okay, what's her name?
Her name is
11.
Letitia Letty Peters.
Letty, okay. Hey guys, Letty's on the other team, and I know she's, well, at least everybody says she's fine after falling in the hole, but I don't know, maybe we go easy. Like, if she's the last one left, I know we got to get her out, but, like, you know, maybe let's try to go easy on her in this game. I know if I fell down a hole, I wouldn't want to be pummeled in the middle of gym class.
I don't know. Dad says that getting the sting of the ball is not as painful as the sting of defeat. It didn't make. Maybe I'm misquoting.
Maybe we just get her out really quick. I mean, we could talk to her. I mean, I could get myself out.
I mean, I still want to win the game. I just don't want to, you know, make it bad for somebody who's clearly been through something.
So, like, throw half speed at her.
Yeah, something like that.
All right.
I don't know. You've got the cannon arm, Justin. You're the one who has to be careful.
How about we get all the others out super fast, so then she's like the last one standing on the team, so she can be like the hero, and then we get her out.
Yeah, just emotionally crush her.
That's no.
Yeah, like that's what you're saying to do.
No, I'm just saying let her be like the last one out, so of all the losers, she's the least loser.
Pretty sure that'll just mean that everyone's going to be angry at her for losing it.
Okay,
Well,
so
then let's get her out first, and then there's no pressure, and then...
But no one wants to be first out. Okay, what if we make her the second to last person on the field?
You know what? I'm just going to play the game, and we should check in on her afterwards and see how she's doing.
Yeah,
we could do that too, like, because we don't know. Maybe she'll be really good. Let's just play the game and see where the balls will fall where they may.
I like to think as we're talking, the whistle's already been blown, and it's like, oh crap!
Oh yeah, no, I was just about to say, as you guys are discussing, the other team, consisting of like these 4 kids, they're already kind of lining up at that back line to like listen for the whistle and then charge for the dodgeballs. So
sizing up the other 3, what are they like?
Again, I'm pretty sure I think I said that it was like a 6th grader, 3 5th graders. You have Ben Thorogood, who's this kid right here.
Who apparently had just leapt 15 feet into the air.
We're screwed, guys.
He's like probably he's the 6th grader of the group, and he is sports. I play football. I do all of this. I will do rugby by myself. Like, he's in everything, and he constantly gets hurt. He's big. He's a stocky kid. And then you have Antoine. He's not small by any means, but he's not nearly as big as his 6th grade teammate. But also, in addition to that, just in stature, he's not built for sports. You have Miss Angela Winston. She's, you know, those girls that were just super fucking tall in elementary school?
Yeah, like my
she's
cousin.
one of those. She's one of those girls that was just super fucking tall in elementary school, and that's her personality is the tall one. Unfortunately,
That's her personality. Oh my god.
That's a thing.
Yes,
There's
100%.
so many.
My poor cousin. That's entirely yes.
And then you have and then you have Letty. She's average height, definitely like ranging on the shortest of this particular group, but she's not small, like really. And again, her demeanor is a little less like yay dodgeball and a little more like I don't want to be here. She looks tired. And so they all kind of come together lining up on the wall. You hear a couple more comments of like, no, really, Letty, just go sit down. You're not going to do anything. And then you hear Stoker holler out above those voices. Just shut up, Ben. You guys get on the line. Like,
Okay, guys, maybe we should get her out first. Sounds like she doesn't want to play anyway.
and then the whistle blows, and then they start charging for the dodgeballs. Can everybody roll initiative for me, please?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
how do you
yeah.
do it?
What?
How do
We're
you
just
do
doing
Is that?
D20.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just gonna do a D20. Because I don't know what the hell.
Do I
I'm
get a-
also.
I was gonna say, does a flight thing count? Or if that'd be a D20 for me, anyways.
I will say though, if you have any particular mechanics involving flight, then
Well, I got that
absolutely.
note.
Because I think all kids get a +1 anyway. God dang.
Oh, do y'all hear that?
No.
Hear
Oh,
what?
sorry. You reacted. My landlord's shooting off a firework, and you
Oh,
said it
geez.
as soon as
Oh.
it started. So I was like, "Oh, do you hear that?" It's more of a sparkler, but anyways.
Doogie with 10.
I'm also. This whole setup is reminding me of. I want to say it was like some point in middle school. There was like a girl in class that like
12.
she wasn't like picked on. She was just like no one liked her because she was so mean to everyone. And at gym, I remember we were all like, okay, we're getting her out first. And so as soon as the whistle blows, I remember like she moved like because like just 7 dodgeballs just went floop and just like bombarded
Jesus.
her immediately.
Between
Wow.
Doogie and Sam, which one of you has a higher flight?
Good question.
My flight is only. Oh, my flight is D6.
Mine's a D10.
Okay. So I'll put you up. I'm sorry, one day I'll figure out a faster way to do this.
There really isn't one. Just roll 20. It is what it is.
Well, the faster way would be if it's built into the thing, but it's not.
Yeah.
unfortunately.
No.
Yeah. It is a different system.
Oh, okay, there we go. He got.
Guys, I feel like Letty might have some special powers or something from falling into the sinkhole, but
There we go. My dice is the right color now.
oh yeah, I didn't turn those on.
Angela, and then Letty, who is deliberately not being happy.
Does that mean she's taking last?
Yeah. Okay. So, kicking off, the whistle blows. Kids, sans Letty, charge forward to pick up a dodgeball. First kids there are Justin, Ben, Sammy, and Doug. Looks like you guys got 3 of the dodgeballs.
Nice.
Cool.
So moving through it. Can I move that? No. Damn! I
The se-
made those dodgeballs to move, and now they're not moving.
Oh no!
Go
This-
figure.
Map layer or something?
Huh?
Are they on the map layer or something?
No, they're just all so close together. It just wants to move all of the
Oh, I see.
dodgeballs. So we'll just keep them as
It's a wave
as
attack.
map. Yeah. So,
The second,
Justin.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Go for it.
The second the whistle goes, Doogie like snaps and like lets out this crackhead energy screech, and like T-Rex runs directly at the dodgeballs.
I don't know
Like-
what you
I'm
think of when you say
screech.
T-Rex run, but I'm imagining this.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like any sense of social acceptable behavior that Doogie has shown out the window. different universe. That Doogie is gone.
That Doogie stays out of gym class. This is a new Doogie.
When the whistle blows, this is the Doogie you get.
So it's Justin's turn.
Yeah, so you come like charging up to that the ball line. You pick up one of the balls, and you can do what you do.
So seeing that the other side, the athletic dude, is like getting up close, what I want to do is like just run super fast. I think all that uphill biking has helped him. So his calves are freaking built for a 10-year-old. So he just books it and runs really fast. He wants to grab one and throw one right, like you know when everybody's running up right to the line and you're only like 4 feet away from each other, like that's a prime time to get someone. So that's like he wants to get the guy right before he gets a ball.
Okay. So what we're gonna be, you're gonna do fight versus flight because it's dodgeball and he doesn't have a ball yet.
Oh gosh. Okay. His fight is not good. All right, so I clicked that. And do I get a +1 because I'm a kid, or is that just for some stuff?
It's for flight and charm.
Yeah.
Okay. No modifier. Got a 3.
Just for the sake of it. Where's Ben? It's for flight. Oh, it's not that good. It's not that good, Ben. He's got a 7. So you like haul back, you throw that ball like as hard as you can, probably like chest mass. And he's sprinting forward to get his own ball. He's lunging, and he, as an adept sportsman at the tender age of like 11, he does like just a quick spin move, just straight out of the way as he goes and grabs the ball.
I try to like back up as quickly as I can.
And then just like that, though, Ben has a ball, and he's.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
He does what? He does what? Such suspense.
Time stops.
Dude, that would be a heck of a way to start a campaign.
That would be
Somebody
really...
cast time stop. I
win and see what stuff is.
Oh, we hear you again, Sid. There you go. Okay, he grabs the ball and does what? That's when we lost you.
Okay, sorry.
You're good.
I wanted to mention really quickly, I did make like a quick guide for you guys.
Really nice.
Yeah, so it also breaks down stats again.
Is that in the handouts? Oh yes.
Yeah.
Great,
and I
thank you.
forgot, I think you can technically use brawn. This is why I decided that we're going to learn combat in dodgeball. Just to figure it out.
I like it. I like the tutorial stage.
If you want, I'm gonna like we can go back. If you want, I would also say that you could probably also potentially use brawn for throwing, because that's
better. It's gonna be worse.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see how
I was gonna suggest
Benjamin Thorogood does.
Sid, since catching is also an element, when it comes to me, which I guess is in a moment, I'm specifically going to try to be catching, if you wanted to take brawn on that.
I would actually say that would be flight.
To catch it?
For catching,
okay.
Maybe. Jesus Christ, he had a d20 and he rolled a 3 at you. Would you like to roll to evade or to catch?
If it's flight, either way, I'm choosing flight. That's my d20. So I'm going to try to catch. That's a +1 for being a kid.
Goddamn.
Nice.
And just like that, like, you come charging up with all of that, like, just the feral energy of a boy. Not quite to Doogie's level, because who's matching that? Nobody.
No, I'm just kind of pretending like I'm the Flash.
Yeah, you're just like, like, maybe your arms are pumping a little faster than what should be, but you hit that line first, you throw the ball, he ducks and evades, and you're like, oh shoot. You turn to run, he picks it up, he throws it, and you do, like, just a quick, like, yeah, you hug that ball, and then Ben is out.
I just do a little dance, like, ooh, look what I got!
He, like, you hear him, like, it's not a battle cry by any means, but it is a sound, and he's not happy.
Out, and I do like that '90s suck it thing.
Oh no.
The X-Pac.
The X cross.
Yeah.
You hear Stoker in the background just being like, Cooper! No!
And I immediately start looking for my next target.
Scoops ahoy. It is your turn.
Nice. Well, I was gonna go for a similar catching maneuver, but I guess that's taken care of. So I will just. I'm another one of the first ones to a ball, right?
Yes, and I'm moving balls, or trying to move
Okay,
balls
all good.
to show where they're supposed to
So
be
I'm just gonna
located.
try to whip it at whoever is then closest.
Okay. I would say, since after you, it is Antoine. If you want to throw a ball at Antoine, you certainly can.
It works for me. And I will use my fight for this because I get a D12.
Okay. God bless America.
And I got a 13 somehow?
Oh,
exploding
dice.
dice.
Oh shit!
Nice.
Okay.
So I just beam him, right?
Holy cow! Well, hold on. Let me roll this. I mean, that is a success, but
yeah.
just for the hell of it,
Right, I forgot
because
we were
it
doing
is in
exploding
combat,
dice.
technically.
Yeah, I guess he could explode
20.
too, technically. Because it
Where's
goes that
Antoine?
if you explode, you can explode forever until you don't crit, right? Technically.
Mhm.
Yes.
He got a 15
And he did
flight.
it. Oh, he got his
He-
15. Okay.
So, because it's the first explosion, I want to say, because I still want to give that to you because that is a success. It misses, but it only misses your intended target because it very
Okay.
much just zooms straight past Antoine and hits Letty.
Oh no, like right in the face, like something I did not mean to do.
Only because you said that.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, that's what I.
No.
Yeah. Like with,
Although
I mean,
that's
with,
a headshot.
with a crit,
It
you
is a
know,
headshot.
it's like,
Not allowed.
and and like if I imagine like there's like that moment of Letty, like, you know, if you get hit in the face, you have that like brief moment, like whatever. And
Oh
she
yeah,
looks over,
like it's
like
jarring.
Scoops is definitely like, he has a look on his face like, I'm so I was aiming for him. I'm sorry.
This ball's gonna get huge real quick. Why is it doing that? Like, it won't let me move, just some things. Oh well.
Are they
Okay.
grouped maybe?
No.
Weird.
Like, it's not giving me the 4-corner indicator
Oh,
to
weird.
just move stuff. Yeah, so
I've
it's being really silly.
I've gotten that a couple times too on. Oh, are you? No, never mind. Maybe just. I like to just say right click and say something is art basically all the time. That way you can
Mhm.
free move it anyway. I don't know if that'll help
Yeah.
you, but
We're good. We'll just ignore this
yeah.
and keep going.
so I get her out. But yeah, Scoops has a look on his face like, I'm so sorry. I did not. That was really hard. I'm sorry.
She looks absolutely stunned for a moment, but for the most part, she does not look upset.
Okay.
You do hear like another whistle though,
Uh huh.
and Stoker
No
yells
faces.
out about attacking faces. Yeah,
I was aiming for Antoine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Stoker.
Doogie, with all of your Velociraptor rage.
Well, that got that got gated.
That's probably a good thing. Yeah, he rushes up and grabs a ball, and he no brain, no thoughts behind the eyes, just grabbing, does a 360, and then whips it in the general direction of someone who's on the other side. So very
Sure.
reckless attack.
Okay. Who are you throwing at?
Oh boy.
Just so I know who to roll.
Let's say Antoine. He's the closest.
Sure. Go ahead, and you can either do brawn or fight.
I'm gonna go with Brawn
Sure.
because it's my middlest stat. Oops. Oof.
We're rolling a lot
Yeah.
of threes tonight.
And you
Well,
threw at Antoine.
Just because Doug is excited about it doesn't mean he's good at it. So he's just like getting up there. Woof, this is all energy expending for him. Doesn't care about the game.
So you come in, do your warrior scream. Antoine, who just came off of like doing like a quick tuck and roll dodge away from Scoops, is very quickly assessing that you are aiming at him, and like you throw it, and it's a weird throw. It's one of those ones where you don't quite like let go in time, and it's just funny looking.
It's that weird wobble, like as it
but
goes.
He very quickly like lunges forward to go ahead and catch it, but he misses by the looks.
Thank goodness.
Yes. And then it is actually his turn though. So the ball that was just thrown at him, he didn't quite like catch it. He picks it up and he's once again just gonna retaliate at you.
Bring it.
Antoine, what are you fighting with? Nothing good. I like just so habitually just put 1d20 even though he only has like a d8. Well, dodge this. It's a 3.
I'm gonna roll flight. Wait. Oh.
Wow. Wow.
Dude.
You said Matrix came out this year. He literally
It
like
came
does
out
the
this year.
Matrix thing. Yeah, he does the Matrix thing that he's seen in the commercials a million times, and he's just there like windmilling his arms behind him as he's like bent all the way back. Well, seconds after it's been thrown over, he's just still there like
You triple
And then, like,
exploded.
falls over and rolls up and like wagah into combat stance.
You Scoops is looking at you like, that's amazing. What?
Yep. Alexa is also very much like, what? Who
And-
is this kid?
Apparently, Andrew just gets expertise in everything we play. It doesn't matter if it's Roll20 or 5e or not.
It's every fucking game. It's every game, and I'm so proud of him for it. But also, I'm
Even when there's not a rogue option, you manage to do a rogue roll.
Unless you put a ranged weapon in his hand, and then he can't roll
Yeah.
above 10.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Oh, or
right.
don't forget about trying to like just punch someone unarmed. That's the other thing too.
Yeah.
It's the other thing.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Dang. Okay, so it's Angela's turn. I want to say that she has a ball. I intended for these little things to track the balls, but they are not free
There should
moving
be.
as I
We
intended.
could be doing the icons like that.
Yes, please.
Sure. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
There's and the other 3 are over there. Yeah.
The red dots on the icons.
Sure.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Good idea.
Fucking dodgeballs. Like, these were working earlier. I was so proud of being like, look at this cute little clever trick, or look how stupid it is now. They're in the rafters. Anyway, okay.
Those are the ones that have been there for 10 years, and everybody's
Yeah.
like,
They're
"Oh,
just there.
what happened?"
You guys have that? You have like a lunchbox on your school roof that just was up there till like the day you graduated, because we did.
We definitely
a
had
lunchbox?
things in our
Some
rafters.
some kid like arced it up there like the first day of some grade, and I swear it stayed up there all school year.
God dang.
Yeah.
And we'll put a god damn it, I don't want to use these, but that's fine. Sorry, I'm getting angry at this stupid program. Okay. So it's Angela's turn, and there is a very brief moment where your competitors, even the perpetually pissed off Mr. Stoker, sees Doogie pull off this maneuver. And it's mixes of like, holy cow, and like, well, what, hold on. That was, how did that happen? But regardless, Angela makes it an attempt. I think it's on the floor. Yeah, we'll say that. We'll say that because it's not working out. This whole thing is a mess. I apologize, everybody.
It's working just fine.
The balls aren't working though. The balls. Anyway,
All right, Doc.
we'll say it rolled over there. How about that? The balls are inert. So Angela's gonna give it a throw. And sometimes you just kind of get general feminine like competitiveness, like girls just versus girls, and she's very much
absolutely.
gonna go ahead and try to throw it at Alexa.
The flight.
Angela, what's your shit? Damn, girl.
Do you have an arm?
I mean, kind of with that. Oh,
What happens
I
in
don't know
the
what to
tie
do.
tie?
I don't know what to do for ties. That's so interesting.
Is there
So-
anything in the rule? Or not? I don't know.
Did
I
you
don't
add your
think there
plus
is.
one, Artem? Oh, yeah, you did.
I did.
I
Yeah.
will say, how about, so as this is coming to pass, Angela reaches for her ball, she throws it. And in the midst of our ball conversation, there was a ball apparently rolling next to Alexa's feet. She reaches down, she picks it up, and she does that bounce off.
Yeah, the
Ball to
Where
ball.
she just, where she just kind of ricochets it off of her. And then it is Alexa's turn.
Well, seeing as she just bounced off the ball, she's gonna return it right to Angela, who threw it at her. She's like, "How dare you, face?"
I'm your elder classman. Fight. Oh dear. So in an exceedingly less interesting maneuver than what Doogie pulled, it's less of a calculated matrixy move and more of a she just drops to the ground. The ball sails over her head. And it's Letty's turn, who is on the sidelines, and so we are back to Justin.
So if we're anywhere like where the tokens are, then probably after bouncing the ball, it would get near Justin. So he'd pick up a second ball real quick and like toss it over to Scoops, and then run up and try to throw one at was it Antoine?
Mhm.
So yeah, he'll try to throw one at him.
You said you were tossing one to me.
Yeah.
Do we want to do like a you throw low, I throw high kind of move? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, can we do any kind of help or advantage or any kind of thing where we like chuck at the same time?
So typically in a combat encounter, I would say that it would very strictly have to be adversity tokens used in order to do this. But it's dodgeball. And you guys have been friends since babyhood. I will say that actually, yeah, because Ben is out, I'll say that's fine. That you guys can
because my turn's up
can go.
next.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
All right.
Just
so,
because
yeah,
I like the sound of that.
To him. So yeah, I'm just gonna like grab it, like throw it over, and be like, "Go high!" And then I'm gonna chuck one over, try to get Antoine in the knees.
Yeah, and
so,
I will
wait.
go high.
So do we combine them? Is that a
Yeah,
9?
I
now?
get. Yeah, is that
I will either let you guys combine them, or he can take 2 individual flights to evade both balls.
I like the combination personally, Richard. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm fine with
But
that.
if they're like
You're
one,
fine with the 9?
yeah, they're a combined throw anyway, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like we're working together to hit
Yeah.
the same target. Yeah.
And that was definitely a recess move that I used a lot. Was someone goes high, the other goes, hey, there it is. Suck it, Antoine. I give Justin a big ol' high five on that.
So, in lieu of any sort of dodging, like, footwork, he instead just, like, jumps and he, like, tucks. Kind of like Captain America trying to hide behind a shield, only Antoine does not have a shield, he just has Antoine. And it just, like, one of the balls just hits him, like, right in the ribs. And it has that very satisfying metallic-y, just twang, like, just right off the side of him. The ball comes rolling back towards y'all after it ricochets, and he goes and takes a spot. And now it's just Angela. And we're counting that as Sammy's. All right, it is Neo's turn.
I think Doogie grabs the one of the balls that roll over and does like the Tusken Raider fist pump thing and goes and then just like hurls it. Man, they love me over here. Gee. It's a 1.
You
So
rolled
one.
brawn instead of fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say you could do either or, because
Okay.
fight is specifically like fighting and attacking. Like I would say that you could use that as an attack.
Okay.
But brawn is also strength.
Got
So I want to say like as far hard as you can throw it. All right, Angela. Damn it. So she tries to catch it, totally misses, but also it like another weird throw, and your wail, your battle cry doesn't sound nearly as cool as it does in your head. It's very much doodle bob, like coming out like yo hominoy, like really weird.
Oh yeah. And then immediately, as soon as the ball leaves Doogie's hands, he like goes into like a velociraptor, like pacing back and forth, like chicka chicka chicka, chicka chicka chicka, chicka chicka chicka, like a shooting gallery of like ADHD velociraptor kid.
Fast forward several months. Stoker has to meet with your parents at parent-teacher conference. And he's like, let me tell you about this fucking kid in dodgeball, all right?
Now, did he do the Tusken Raider again? Because I told him he's got to knock it off.
Is your dad Hank Hill?
Hank Hill!
He can be.
We're gonna go after
Doogie, I sell
after
propane.
Doodle Bomb. So Doogie, that's towards you from Angela.
Oh, so I've got to flight.
Yep.
Gotta get out.
Wow.
Damn it.
I think it's locked right on target for my head, and Doogie just not paying attention at all, still doing his Velociraptor thing. He like lurches his head back to screech as the ball just like flies where his head was that like the instant
Oh,
before.
shit. Antoine, I'm sorry.
Rah!
Was Antoine dead for a second there?
Antoine had a stroke on the bleachers.
Oh no!
That
We
shot
did
to
it
the
too
ribs.
guys.
Just too
Shouldn't
much.
have double teamed him.
No.
And it's Alexa's turn.
Well, that would be a crazy start to the campaign. Just like, well,
Just
we killed
kill
a
a
kid.
Yeah.
Oops.
Can she try and catch Angela's ball as Doogie dodges? it?
Yes, absolutely.
What should I roll for that?
Flight is dexterity, technically. Like, it's how fast you can move and, like, dodge and
Okay.
avoid. So I want to say that that's probably, like, anything that involves, like, quick, like, evasion or, like, catching or something like that. Unless somebody can...
I will
up with
defer to
something
your
better.
judgment.
The only other thing I could think of is brains to be like, oh, I'm gonna judge where the ball's gonna be and then catch it, kind of thing.
I would actually, yeah, like, depending on what you're trying to, like, to help you determine, like, the best way to catch it, if you can say brains, then I
It's
would
like
allow
playing
brains.
athletic versus playing smart, you know.
Mhm.
What if
I
you are
think-
charming the ball to come into your hands?
Come here.
I seduced the
10?
dodgeball.
You're 10.
No, she's gonna do the running thing. She's more of a runner.
hmm
I don't know what it's rolling against though.
Is it that same 5?
There's actually like a fail chart that I'm looking at.
Okay.
No, that catches because like it's kind of the AC. It's just based on the difficulty level, I think.
Okay.
for something that was missed, but she wants to go and catch. That wouldn't be too terribly hard if she was in the proximity. So
Hey.
you catch it. Oh, I guess she's out now.
The minute she
I made
catches it, I just like jump up and do a Michael Jordan like, yeah!
Made a bad
Just, like,
decision.
What I feel like is like 4 feet in the air, and it's like 18 inches in the air.
Yeah. Definitely running around giving everybody high fives on that because we crushed it. Guys, I know it's weird that we were like put all together in gym all of a sudden, but that was awesome. I think we make like a good dodgeball team.
Well,
Doug is on the
we
perimeter.
are.
Doug is on the perimeter. He's now doing cartwheels, just around.
That feral young boy energy.
Does he have an off button?
If you can't tell, I'm definitely playing to my strengths and flaws so far. We've seen Lucky on the dodgeball court and Obnoxious in high numbers there.
So no, go ahead.
How's the other team treating Letitia?
For the most part, they're ignoring her, and I think that's strictly because Ben was probably outed first. Everybody was like, Letty's gonna, she's the one that's gonna fail. It's gonna be on her. But Ben messed up first. Letty came later. But also as Stoker starts talking about restructuring and like putting new like teams against each other because it's gym time, you can see some of that talk kind of cropping up again, where like the other kids are ready. Letty's very much standing back, is following, but isn't present, like physically.
Yeah, assuming it's like our turn on the sidelines while 2 other teams play. I definitely want to walk up to Letty. And just
Alexa's gonna come with.
Yeah. Hey, you know, I was aiming for Antoine, right? I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to hit you in the face. I know that's against the rules, and you've like already kind of dealt with some stuff recently, so I'm sorry. I hope your face is okay.
No, that's fine. I didn't want to play anyway.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been sleeping well, I guess. As she speaks too, she's very much not making eye contact. Like, it's down, away, it's on the bleachers, it's on the ceiling.
Scoops is doing that trying to like step into her eyeline move, like, is it because of like, are you having nightmares or something?
Dad says I'm not supposed to talk about it.
I mean, talking about it is usually how people feel better, right? I mean, I know I like to write my thoughts down.
He doesn't want me to talk about it because he says I sound crazy. He doesn't believe me. But I've been having nightmares, yeah. He doesn't like hearing about them, though.
Have you ever read my column, Letty? Writing up crazy is kind of what I do. Not that I'll, you know, this can all be off the record, but, you know, I'm always willing to listen to someone's crazy story.
Roll the closest approximation to perception.
To perception?
Yeah.
Brains, yeah?
Yeah, I'm thinking brains is probably the closest thing to it.
Okay. 16.
Yeah, you immediately, like, you mention your column. You say, hey, it's off the record.
Mm-hmm.
And she visibly kind of clams up a little bit. She just said, no, Dad'll think people think I'm crazy, Dad said. And now this guy's talking about an article in writing. So she very visibly just kind of like retreats.
Alexa's gonna like sort of step in there and be like, or if you just want to sit on the bleachers, we can talk about it, or talk about something else. Get your mind off of it.
She just nods.
So she's gonna like walk with her, just sort of like take her away, just to get her, because she noticed the unease as well. And she's gonna do what she does best and like try to like keep her brain occupied with other stuff, like talking about maybe the event later today or like what she's gonna do if she likes any like. Because you said it was like it's almost like a carnival type thing that they're putting on, right?
Unfortunately, yeah. It's
Yeah.
a
Well,
memorial event turned carnival.
Right. She tries to steer it towards like what kind of games do you like or that sort of stuff. The happier things.
She'll open up like a little bit. Like obviously you guys aren't super strangers, you're a class apart, but I mean if you guys have all been going to this school together, there's at least some knowledge of one another. And little bit by little bit, she just kind of talks about how she likes hiking with her dad and how that's what happened with the sinkhole. But as soon as she mentions it, she again steers away. But she's willing to just sit and chat for as long as you are.
Scoops isn't like butting into the conversation, but when Alexa takes her away, they're talking on the bleachers. You would see like in frame, he's like slowly sliding into the bleachers behind them, just trying to listen in on what they're talking about.
I have a question, a hypothetical, if you will. My middle school gym had retractable bleachers.
Would I be under them?
Would you be
listening?
under those bleachers?
So I wasn't. I was picturing non-retractable ones, but if I have the option, then yes, I'm doing that.
We're saying retractable.
Yeah, like okay, yeah. So I'm definitely underneath it, like trying to get a hand. Like I'm not. I set off the record, so I'm not gonna break that. I'm not like taking notes or anything, but I'm definitely trying to listen in because his curiosity is piqued.
And again, like what I said to Artem, like she'll start to drift towards sinkhole, but then she's really quick to backstep and redirect. But you do notice that she's also looks pretty tired. Like she said, she's been having some weird dreams.
I think in like the art of conversation, she's gonna try and like steer her back towards it by like talking about like the hiking spots up there and like because I imagine like the type of athletics Alexa does is like track and field, where it's very much not like a team sport, but like she's athletic in that way. And so she she talks about the hiking and like the camps that are up there, trying to like steer the conversation there so that she might mention it again of her own volition.
Okay, go ahead and roll charm.
That's the thing I'm good at.
Andrew, where you at with counter charm?
Or not.
So she's not gonna be like outright rude. She's not just gonna be like, no, we absolutely can't talk about it. But it's still very much she dances around the subject. Like clearly she was told you don't talk about that. But then also eventually her team gets called away for another game and she slowly stands up and she gives you like a small wave, and it was nice talking to you, Alexa.
Yeah, if you want to hang out after at the carnival, whatever they're doing. What?
Maybe. I'll see you. And she shuffles away.
Alexa's gonna go back over to her group, her team.
Okay.
I think Doogie has like lost steam and he's just like sitting down staring into the void, just like mouth slightly agape. Just kind of like,
Are you my brother at that age?
I probably would have gone over to Doogie and been like, have you seen The Sixth Sense? Given that like it's been in theaters for like 10 weeks at this point, but like it's still one of like the top 5 movies, would probably be the perfect fit to be like what's playing in a town like this at this point.
In addition to it too, you guys can go out of town to go see, but obviously if it's if it's coming, it's easier.
I don't want to spoil the ending, but it's like a big twist ending.
my mom says that's too scary to watch for me.
It's kind of scary, or like a lot, but it's also Disney, so like it's not too bad.
What? That can't be true. Is that true?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, it's Disney.
Was
Are
it
you
Disney or
serious?
like Touchstone?
That
It
is
is actually Disney.
bizarre.
Oh my god.
I
At least
didn't
it's
know
listed as
that.
Disney on the thing that I posted earlier.
Wow. You good?
Maybe.
Oh my god, and it's on Disney Plus. What the fuck?
Oh, okay. Buena Vista.
Oh yeah, they bought them.
Yeah.
Not long after that, right?
That's
they always own them.
2007.
Oh, okay.
That's still
yeah.
weird.
Okay, so it's not Disney yet, though.
Yeah,
Well,
not yet.
Buena Vista has been Disney for
2007. Is that what you said, Artem? When they bought them?
Yes.
Yeah. 'Cause I
Oh,
remember-
they changed their name to Disney.
Yeah.
Walt Disney Motion Studios, but I guess it's always been Disney.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, okay. I thought they acquired them.
the Boulevard.
My brain is already kind of
Change the
having a
name.
hard time comprehending like what movies were out at this like coming out at the same time.
Mhm.
But that is a good one. Like that's a ringer. Like that's strange. My brain doesn't like that either.
Did you see the Matrix? Because you did that cool like whoosh. I haven't seen it, but I saw the move.
I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen the commercial a lot. It looks really cool, and I want to go see that. And I'm gonna get the big popcorn and eat
Do you
it
like
all to
Star
myself.
Wars?
Uh,
Yeah. So we're just making friends over here while you guys were talking serious shit.
no, I'm Jar Jar Binks.
Oh god. So
I am C-3PO, human cyborg relations.
you are both going home because school is over for the day. Please leave. Yeah, no, so you guys spend a little more than normal amount of time in the gym. Perhaps maybe some teachers just totally bailed for the day. So you guys play an absurd amount of dodgeball until eventually Stoker's just like, I'm done. You guys can go home, enjoy the fair, enjoy the weekend, be safe, don't drink and drive.
I can't
Bye.
drive or drink.
I don't care. Please leave. And he's very like gesturing, like please go, please leave my gymnasium. Do this shit outside. He doesn't say shit. Maybe he does, and he's like doesn't even grimace. Who knows?
Hell yeah, I like this guy.
Would we have bike locks, or is this like the kind of town where like no one locks their bikes because no one steals much around here?
So I want to say that there probably wouldn't be any particular like bike like places to put the bike, but if you wanted to like lock them up on like the fence around the yard, oh my god, the playground, that would be fine, or like over by like the tennis courts or something like that, whichever way is closer for you.
I remember at schools they definitely had like a rack for people to put bikes in, but like no one ever
Mhm.
used it.
Yeah, like
There
out
was
front.
definitely, like, a rack for people putting in bikes.
I had to like chain that stuff to the tennis court, and half the time people would like come out and like try to throw it around.
Oh,
But yeah, so I mean, if you want to leave it unlocked, totally up to you. You haven't seen any actual issues of bikes being stolen. But yeah.
I was just curious because that would affect if we have the ability to lock things or not. So
That is a very good point. If y'all want to like make that decision together, or like even right now individually, like I wouldn't fault anybody for that, because if you're taking your bike, I would assume you'd have a lock, but also you might not.
Totally.
I think with the way that you described like the town sort of going into dire straits, there's probably some people about town that would definitely steal a bike, and so our parents have told us
That's
to
also
lock them
true.
up.
That's
I'm
absolutely
not
fair.
buying you another bike. That's
Yeah.
the only one you're getting.
Yeah.
Lock it up.
I especially think
Yeah.
Scoops
Uh-huh.
too, like knowing that, like, I mean, he could call his grandfather, but knowing like his parents will not be like home to get him if he needs to get back home, would definitely lock it up just to make sure it is safe.
Add bike lock to my inventory.
Yep.
Okay.
I think Dookie's bike is too obnoxious to steal. Like there are like stickers and weird things like attached to it to personalize it, where A, it's very recognizable, and then B, like, no, you wouldn't want to be seen on that bike.
I feel like it was potentially like a repurposed bike from your mom. Like there's like
Mm,
some like residual like streamers on there, but then you
Yeah.
absolutely tried to make it yours. And
yeah.
it just turned into like this wheeled thing.
And it's got more than one. It's got between 2 and 5 different Boy Scouts of America stickers on it, which is
Yeah.
like,
That's
a
your
lot.
bike.
yeah.
Yeah, I think Justin's bike would be his like primary investment. That's how he does his job, is like having that
Mhm.
bike. So he like definitely put in a little bit of money with the help of his parents to like get one of those like 21 speed bikes or whatever. It's just like, I can go uphill, I can go downhill, it's all good.
I used to have that bike. It was so nice. So you are released from school. There is already like kind of leaving the school grounds. Whether you're going to go like catch a bus to get home, or what have you. Also, here's the town.
Oh, neat.
Nice.
You
Oh.
very much already hear like music playing from down the way. The school is here, by the way, and Main Street is right here,
Oh, so
like
not that far
at the
all.
red. Yeah, it's right down the road. You can already hear like music kicking up. You can already kind of hear like smells, hear smells. Awesome, Sid. You can already.
What drugs are you on?
I
Nothing.
can
How much did
taste
you take?
sound.
You can already smell like kind of, it smells like fair food almost. It's just that deep fried smell that you get whenever you're around a carnival. It's kind of like sickly sweet, deep fry, like
funnel cake.
overused oil. Yeah,
Mm.
it's something. Like something is in the air.
Well, now I'm gonna need a snack when we do a break.
But from here you guys can go ahead and go there. You guys can go home. It is up to you.
I think Alexa's gonna start walking in that direction. But like, since we're all on a team together, she's gonna say, "Do you guys want to see what they're doing? I think it's pretty weird, but I mean,
I
we
want to
have a
see
half
it.
day."
I want to see it. I have pegs on my bike.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
She's gonna like stand on the back.
He definitely like since they're facing the same direction, she can't see it. But when she like stands on the back and like puts the hands on his shoulders, he has like a yes. He's like very happy about pulling that off.
Nailed it.
Awesome.
Meanwhile, she thinks nothing of it
Yep.
whatsoever. She's like, "This is kind of uncomfortable, but it's better than walking."
Did you see?
Oh, you know what this means.
Did you see that post?
I'm gonna be
going
faster
around?
because I'm not carrying weight.
There's like a there's like a thing going around Twitter today. It was like, yo, this kid just dropped the ball so hard. And it was like a Reddit post from like, the kid said he was like 15 and he said he was arguing with a female friend that like there was no such thing as a meaningless kiss. And she was like, yeah, there is, watch. And she just grabbed him and kissed him. And she was like, see? And he's like, yeah, you're right, I didn't feel anything. And then she walked away really mad. And so his post was like, yes, I realize I'm an idiot. And that was not a meaningless kiss. Because every comment's like, you poor kid, you just totally blew that.
That's a
so
today
badly.
I fucked up post.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Dear Reddit.
Yeah. But anyway.
So you guys are going down towards the festival?
Yeah.
Okay. And I will say too, like, there's probably just a general understanding with your parents. Like, if there's a concern, like, some of them were probably already more or less preparing to be there throughout the day. If not going to work like normal work.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no concern on Scoops' end of that.
And what's funny too is all three of you picked like not super attached parents like not like overly bearing, like where you at, where you gonna be, who you talking to, what's that person over there.
Yeah.
Like Doogie has like some height maintenance stuff like at home where it's like, I'm gonna be watching you, but like by the sounds of what he said, it wasn't like they were like, you have to call me when you get there, you need to let me know who all is there, you need to call me in an hour afterwards, like you need to check in. Like nothing that extreme, but even still.
Yeah.
Well, Dookie's
So-
excited because, like, when we get there, he, like, flips his backpack around and digs in one of the pockets and pulls out an envelope that says, in case of the fair, or in case of carnival, and he opens it up and there's, like, 20 bucks, 25
Nice.
bucks in there that he's talked to the parents, like, I don't know, we might be going to the carnival for the past, like, 2 weekends, or however
He's just
long
ready.
it's been going. Yeah, he's, like, ready.
I was that kid growing up, by the way, who had to call home and to sleep over to be like, am I allowed to watch this movie? Everyone else is watching it. So anyway,
Mr.
to this
Cooper,
day, I've
are
never
you
watched
also
Triple
coming
X.
down to the festival?
Oh yeah.
Awesome. So we got some kids on bikes going down
Ding,
the
ding,
street.
ding.
Yeah.
And so then I told Mr. Carson, like, hey, but what about the homework? And then everyone got really upset for some reason, and me, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't, do
that's-
that.
oh, okay. But what about the homework?
Don't worry
I don't
about
want
it.
it.
Come on, man. I do enough writing at home as it is. I'm imagining, by the way, that, like, we are biking to the horizon line, and this is when, like, the title card comes in. Like, that's totally what I'm picturing now, the title sting.
I'll start doing homework when they start paying me for it.
So it takes y'all no time at all. Like it's down the block, around the corner, or depending what road you take, it's just straight on down. Nearing it, you notice that Main Street, this thoroughfare right here, has been blocked off.
Oh, sorry, Sid. I didn't see where you indicated. You might be
Oh,
on a different layer.
I'm marking it now.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry. I was looking
You're
for
good.
the
You're good.
ring.
You're good. You're fine. Like right through here has been blocked off. It's they just have like these big like just taped off, like not allowed to come by. There's a police officer, probably the only one there, has more or less taken post outside just to prevent any accidents. You pull in, and as you near, the music is louder, but it's not any one particular band or live music. It's just different vendors blaring their own music. It's an awful mix of like old-timey country, recent country, some hair metal. Like it's somebody's playing like Linkin Park. It's just everywhere.
Cherry pie is what I imagine I'm hearing somewhere.
And already for the time, again, it was an early release, probably a little afternoon. The place is already bustling, like surprisingly so. Probably more people have come to join at this section of street than you've seen congregated together in ever, potentially in your lifetimes. Let's see here. As you kind of come down the street a little further, City Hall has this setup where there's like a very small stage, like erected on the grass, like right in front of it. It's like for 1 or 2 people. It's not for a band of any sort. But there is also a sheet that's covering up something. It's maybe like 6 feet tall. It's like tagged down so wind can't come and pick it up. You have a few people milling about there, preparing sound, getting the microphones like ready and operational. There's food, there's games, there's no rides, but you do see people racing lawnmowers just a little ways down the street.
Is my dad there? Oh dear.
Probably. Like I said, this is a town event where potentially people called out from work, or if they were working in town, it was no, this is like a town holiday. We're
Oh, the
closed down for
Blockbuster's
the day.
closed today. The
Go do
Blockbuster's
this.
closed.
Yes.
All the kids working. So my dad, just waved everyone out. All right, let's go. Except sign on the door.
All 3 people
Hell
were
yeah.
like, okay. Again, there's games. You have like some ring toss games. You have that ladder climbing one, where it's kind of hovering over some mats, like some wrestling mats, and you're trying to hold your balance. It's that one that twists on you. Just kind of the ultimate cheap carnival games that they can afford. And in addition to like somebody's asking you to pay cornhole. There's raffles and there's like cakewalks, and there's a big sign that says like welcome Ethan Queen, like held up in a couple of areas. They're anticipating the celebrity to come back home.
He's that weird guy that lives in the woods, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think
He
he
wrote
like
the book.
tells stories about like Wendigos or something.
I don't know. When did they go?
Because it sounds like a thing. Because that's good.
Hey.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Hey Alexa, you ever heard of the power of a press badge?
No.
Watch this. And I'm going to go over to a funnel cake stand and try to get a free one so that I can review it for the paper.
Ooh.
Okay. So you approach where they're making the funnel cake.
Yeah.
It's in a food truck, but also it's clearly like a food truck that hasn't seen any real love or care in this century. They have like this super cheap kind of window unit that's trying to pump some cool air through there, even though it's October and it's a little chilly. It gets really hot around the fryers. And you come up and it's this older kind of grizzled man. And as you request to use your influencer status for views and shit, I'm gonna ask you to roll charm.
Yeah. So I walk up. I forget what I called my section of the paper. Do you remember? It was Scoop something. I don't remember.
The kitty corner.
I don't remember. It was Sammy Scoops. I think that's literally what I called it. Maybe.
I think
That was
that's
it, yeah.
it.
So I just walk up. Hi, sir. I am the Sammy of Sammy Scoops in the Lofatt Times, and well, I was just wondering if you might be able to provide me one of your fine funnel cakes for review in the paper. Could get some great business for your stand while the carnival's running. And then I do a roll, which charm is not one of my high ones.
Oh,
How
no.
did I roll a 0? That does not make sense.
What?
Yeah, what?
No,
Maybe
but
it's-
that doesn't make sense.
Wait, 3
I-
plus nothing.
Oh, because
plus
you
one.
put +1 into the modifier, so it tried to do a +1.
Okay, there you go. How about that?
So
about a 3?
The man kind of leans forward and he squints at you, even though like just purely due to age, it already kind of looks like his eyes are squinting, like just how many
Mhm.
like wrinkles he has on the corner of his eyes, like the drooping of the hood. He says, "The festival is for a day, young man. A day."
But you'll be making funnel cakes forever, right?
Well, not around these parts.
Oh,
Now, if you want to give me $5, we can get you some funnel cake.
I don't think I have money on me.
$5. What are these 2020 prices?
I just sigh.
That's true. Small town. I doubt he anticipated a whole lot of action.
I sigh. I look over at Alexa and I'm just like, Some people fear the power of the press, and then I walk away from the
Alexa
funnel cake.
like sighs, like seeing his defeat, pulls out the $5 and buys a funnel cake for the group.
The older man, he'll go into like specifics for you if you want toppings, if you want powdered sugar,
Ooh.
if you want strawberries or blackberries or blueberries or whipped cream. Like he'll give you a litany of choices. But it stays $5 flat the entire
Yeah,
time.
throw some chocolate sauce and M&Ms on there. That's what it's about.
I think Alexa looks back just because she's not planning on eating a ton of it. She's one of the weird kids that like doesn't inhale sugar. She's like, "Are you guys allergic to anything?"
I'm allergic to sensationalism
So that's a no.
and tree nuts.
I'll give you a discount if you take that kid away from you.
That I can do.
$4.
She'll get strawberry and powdered sugar.
Fuck yeah.
I think
She brings
Doogie
it over and,
returns
like-
to the group. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, offers it up with like the plastic knives and forks. She
About the same time, Doogie comes back to the group and has like a corn dog in each hand, and he stands like kind of next to Justin, and like he's like taking a bite out of the one, and like it looks like he's going to hand Justin one, but then he takes a bite out of that one too, and then with a mouthful of corn dog, he's like, "So if I had a pod racer, I think I'd want one with like, you know, the Bulba one. So I don't know. I think that's the coolest pod racer. Pod racing's cool."
Well, yeah.
I mean, it does look really cool. When are we getting that movie in the theater again?
Mm.
I'm afraid I don't have the insider scoop on that one. They kind of just get it when they get it.
Do you think they'll come out with a special edition like they came out with a special edition of the original trilogy?
The one with the bad graphics?
No, they made better graphics.
Yeah, the ones that look really good. Okay, so not the old one.
No,
You mean the new one?
The old ones that are a bit more boring.
Mm-hmm.
Like those. But
Probably
yeah,
it'll
they-
be on
they-
DVD.
yeah.
On what?
DVD, you know.
It's that cool new thing where instead of the big VHS, it's like a little. It almost looks like a CD.
Oh yeah. I think I heard of somebody who had one of those. They had Batman and Robin on it.
My dad says that's a fad.
My
It's not
dad
gonna
brought
take
one
off at
home,
all.
but we don't really have that many movies for it.
I'm invested in Betamax.
Yeah, my dad has what, a laser disc, and he says it's just as good as DVD.
Mm.
I will. Scoops will be sampling the funnel cake. Ask Alexa what she thinks of it.
It's okay. I mean, it's funnel cake.
Can I quote you on that?
I guess.
Okay. He'll scribble it down, and he also adds like a little note on his write-up that says like so that he remembers to write it later in his column, and it says review funnel cake provided by my friend Alexa. Remember, you always gotta declare where the reviewed item was provided by. That's just ethics.
So y'all spend some time with your funnel cake. You notice that just throughout the day, again, it's school, like people you go to school with, they're drifting in and out. It's local parents drifting in and out. Actually, Scoops, your mom actually has this of like a stall. Like she was making stuff to sell today.
Okay. I don't remember what I said they did. I know they're like kind of absent, but I don't remember what they do.
You just said that they had hobbies. I figured that she was
Okay.
one of those people who likes to make arts and crafts to sell. She's like selling various like shadow boxes that are all like miner themed and stuff like that. And by miner, I mean like mining, like mines.
Okay.
But eventually, like maybe a couple of hours in, you do overhear kind of a pickup in the crowd, like some rumblings of excitement when they say that Ethan Queen has arrived to unveil the memorial. They have it scheduled relatively early in the day because they did not anticipate this sort of turnout. They hoped it was going to be a big event, and it was, but they very much did not anticipate something this huge. Go ahead, if everybody wants to make perception checks for me, which I think we're using brains for.
Sweet. I can use brains.
Right.
Damn, guys.
I rolled over from that 20. It was right there.
It's so, like, not having everybody, like, just roll a 20, though, and not, like, knowing the scale that people are rolling to. Like, it's super weird. Awesome. Richard, Mr. Cooper, Senior Justin.
But are we
you
supposed
notice...
I'm sorry, I haven't been adding modifiers to anything. Am I supposed to be?
There's
Just a
only
plus one once in a while.
there's only a modifier for charm and flight.
Flight
Yeah,
for kids.
'cause we're kids.
And you get, and as kids, you get quick healing. So, so some minor injuries aren't going to be that bad. Justin, you notice in the crowd somebody who you don't know personally, but you definitely know who they are. It's not Ethan Queen, because everybody and their brother know who's Ethan, like Ethan Queen is. He's famous. But you notice this guy. He's in the midst of the crowd, and he's kneeling, like he's taken a knee. He's very well groomed, has a very stern features, but not in like an angry way. There's just, as a man, they are very sculpted, very firm. He's got like dark eyes. He's very well dressed in what could be considered somebody's Sunday best, or even like office casual. But you notice this as one of the deacons from C4, and it's not super common for them to come down and involve themselves in town unless they are kind of picketing things. And I wouldn't say either that they like picket like funerals or anything in particular, but usually if something like a D&D club is happening, they're generally there to throw a fit. If LGBTQ is there, they're like, God doesn't like that. But yeah, you see him, and he's kneeling down in front of somebody. Their back is to you, but you see him there kneeling and speaking to that person. It looks like somebody around your age.
Oh, so like he's kneeling down to be on their level.
Yes, he's
Gotcha.
he's kneeling down to speak to a kid.
Would it be fair to say that if I were the type of kid who kind of skipped Sunday school and would just kind of walk around the church, that he would have caught me at some point and scolded me?
Potentially. And I will leave this element to your decision in the moment, or you can think on it. But in the back of my brain, that we didn't really like say so, but in the back of my brain, I imagine that there was like a couple of churches in town. One was C4, and they're C4. And then there was a much more nicer church that was a little bit more inclusive, a little bit more loving, and not as like extreme.
Bigoted.
Oh, that's the church my mom goes to.
Yeah, so you could definitely like pick and choose, but also at a minimum, you definitely know who this guy is.
Yeah, so I guess I don't think I'd alert everybody to his presence, but I would just kind of like try to look around and see like who is he talking to, see if I could get a little closer to see if I can hear anything.
Okay. If you want, let's see. Let me look at the quick guide, because I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. I think that fits in with flight just in terms of dexterity. But also I would say if you want to use brains, just in terms of like, okay, I'm gonna use this crowd that's nearby to like stand there and like get a better angle without being super just out in the open gawking staring. So I'll
Well,
let you pick.
Brains got me this far. I'm gonna try brains again.
6. Super easy DC though. You played dodgeball with this young lady this morning. It is none other than Letitia Peters. I will say though, from with that, you can't hear exactly what's going on. You can just see who he's talking to.
I guess I'm just gonna look around and just nom on something. I'm just gonna just wait for a chance to like see when she's done and probably ask her about it.
Sure. Is anybody else doing anything? Do we need to like cut away, or are we good to keep going
I
on this
definitely
thread?
probably would like look over at some people, be like,
Is this okay?
yeah. Like I wouldn't outright say anything, but if anybody's looking at me, like definitely I think there would be some body language to be like, hey, come on over here.
Especially if it's Letty from earlier, then
Yeah.
Scoops is trying to eavesdrop again.
If you want to make another perception check, just because you know who it is, you're looking around, like trying to like see if anybody's noticing. If you want to perceive again.
Oops.
Me or Scoops?
If both of you are looking, both of you can absolutely.
If
scoop
you're
it out.
if you indicate to us that you see that, then Scoops is definitely interested. Hey, about a 15.
Nice.
So again, I'm assuming that you haven't specified as much. I'm assuming you're still over by the funnel cake. You notice your friend kind of get up and meander and like kind of move towards Letty and this gentleman.
Yeah, I'm definitely like, I like hand. I don't know who's holding the funnel cake, but as I definitely like walk away to go join Justin in that, I'm like, thank you for buying the funnel cake, Alexa. You're great. It's great. Thank you. And then I start following Justin.
At that, she's gonna follow because likely she's like seeing Justin making the motions. Like,
Yeah.
Where are you going?
with
I got it. There's a story, maybe.
with that perception check though, you seeing your friend kind of in a panic, you do notice Letitia's dad. He is kind of over in the crowd. He's not watching in a worried way. He's looking kind of understanding, not at all concerned. But all of you kind of converge over on Justin's position. Just as the deacon from C4, who you know as Mr. Morgan, takes Letitia's hand and gives it like a very gentle squeeze, and like he nods in affirmative as he says something, and then he stands up and he turns to go.
Kind of waiting till the coast is clear. I think maybe me and Scoops would go up to ask her what that was about.
Does she still look sort of as detached as she did at school?
Roll. I'd say brains or charm in this instance, just because brains you can either like suss out like a visual, but also charm, I don't know, you can kind of get somebody's bearing.
18 brains.
Oh, Jesus Christ. She looks fucking horrified.
Oh, sorry, that should be 17. I don't have a +1 on that. My mistake.
She looks horrified.
Okay.
Like,
So, like, worse than this morning.
yeah, and she is just kind of staring at the space where Deacon Morgan had been like kneeling in front of her, and then she lifts her head and she turns to look at her dad, and he like does like a "Are you okay?" And she quickly pivots to just kind of leave the area. And as she does so, she sees you all and she falters. She takes a step back, kind of flinches, like is kind of taken aback by seeing you all again. Hi guys.
Hey, Letty.
Hi.
Have you had the corn dogs yet? They're pretty good.
No, my dad said that I could have a turkey leg later.
Oh man, that also sounds good.
Yeah.
Are you okay? You look kind of upset. More than this morning. You were pretty quiet all day.
It's just something that Mr. Morgan said, I guess. He's
What did
kind
he
of scary
say?
sometimes. I shouldn't. She looks over her shoulder, back towards where her dad was standing. I shouldn't say.
You know, I wouldn't say anything to anyone.
Roll charm, baby.
I need to have something better than a 1.
7. You can see in her eyes that she wants to say something, but she very quickly shakes her head. The braids that she has that are kind of pulled up into like a side ponytail, they all kind of rattle with like the hair ties that she chose. None of you probably are aware of these monstrosities, but there used to be hair ties. They were like 2 joined elastics like that, and they had these giant ass plastic balls in them.
Oh yeah.
And they
Yeah.
Oh,
hurt
yep,
like
yep.
hell, and that is what she's wearing in her hair.
That's awesome. Oh, Letty. Gotcha.
Yeah, like
Thank
Fast and Furious.
That's nothing to me.
I
Oh, well, that's
I shouldn't
character.
say.
Hey, do you want to hang out with
Mr.
us?
Morgan said I shouldn't say.
Do you want to hang out with us? I can ask your dad if you can hang out with us.
I think he might be okay with that.
Awesome.
Actually.
And he runs off. Hey, Mr. Letty's dad. How's it going? I'm Doogie. How's it going?
I know exactly who you are, young man. You were homeschooled, right?
Oh yeah. How could you tell?
Just a guess. Haven't seen you at any of those kids' musicals. How are you doing today, son?
I'm good. Hey, is it cool if Letty hangs out with us for a while? We already
He's
had
already
a corn
nodding
dog,
his head.
but like, she mentioned a turkey leg, and I thought that sounded pretty good. So I thought, hey, we could get turkey leg and maybe like do some of the games and stuff. Would that be cool?
I think Letty could use some friends right now. I think that would be great. Just stay close, okay?
Close to you?
To the main street.
Oh, that makes more sense. Okay. Yeah. Hey, do you remember in Star Wars, the one guy who was like, he said, you look a lot like the one guy. It's kind of spit an image. Anyway, all right. Bye, Mr. Letty's dad. Bye. Have a good one. Pew, pew, pew.
Bye. He looks. You didn't have a moment to like fully like process how he looked when you even mentioned Star Wars, but you could tell his familiarity of Star Wars is not your familiarity of Star Wars. Like his mind probably went like maybe Lando, where yours very much did not.
All right, he said yes. Come on, you can come hang out with us. It's gonna be a good time.
She takes you on that. She's very quick to follow suit. And she'll tag along with you guys.
Cool. Do we see what's his name? Deacon Morgan, is he still around?
No.
Okay.
He left pretty quickly after talking to Letty.
Okay. Scoops is gonna be keeping an eye out in case he returns. He's
Okay.
suspicious.
Other than the food, like what kind of other attractions are here for like the younger crowd? Obviously.
So there's
Yeah.
obviously those games. There are a couple of those. It's again, they turn this kind of memorial event into this weird knockoff fair. They have those airbrush guys who make the kind of graffiti shirts and hats. They
I'm-
have face painting.
I'm imagining like a guess how many pickles are in the jar kind of setup, you know?
Oh yeah,
like a gift
like I said,
certificate to the for
they
something.
have like a cakewalk. They have a raffle. They have just it's money grabby. Like, hey kids, you want me to paint a butterfly on your cheek for like $4? Like, it's a whole event.
Can you paint a Darth Maul face on my face?
That's the red and the black.
Yeah.
Yes.
Insight.
Neat design. I've got it right here, and then he like pulls out the lunchbox in his backpack. And
Oh,
like,
God.
that's his face right there.
That you don't even have to roll for it. That moment of yeah, I can make one side black, one side red. I might not be able to do that. Like that certainty diminishes. And whether that's because he doubts his own skill or he realizes that he just saddled himself with something a little bit more detailed than just doing one half one color, one half the other.
He was gonna be one half red, the other half black.
Yes.
That's not what
Like
it
you're in
looks
an
like.
Alabama game.
Just to jog my own. I gotta see this man. Oh, that's right.
Safe search on.
Are you kidding? We die like men over here. Safe search
Nowhere
never
bag.
on.
Cut
No
in half and falling down a shaft.
You know what? Actually, it doesn't look like it would be that hard. But
Especially with the
also,
lunchbox right there as a
Just be,
reference.
like a
Yeah.
red face, and then you put black over it or something.
yeah, like black eyes and stuff like that. So a couple designs around the mouth and the nose. Like it's almost a. You know what? Yeah. Hold on. Let me roll for it.
I'm sure the design would be like not nearly as detailed, but as long as it's like got some red and black in there, like you gotta get the idea.
I
Hold
like
on.
turtles.
He fucking nails it.
Nice.
He goes into this task very, very nervous initially because he, face painting artists, they have like a couple of tried and true, like, hey kids, here's my 10 designs, and you might be able to add rainbow colors in one if you're lucky, like, woo. He immediately dives in, big swatches of red like down the cheek, across the forehead, a quick swoop of black paint around the eye. Bit by bit, you transform into small, short, 10-year-old hornless Darth Maul. And it is the sickest shit you've ever seen.
I back over to my friends. I'm like, I like turtles.
God damn it.
You are Darth Maul.
Dude, that looks
Yeah,
awesome.
What are you supposed to be?
Darth Maul.
I don't know who that is.
It's the one from Star Wars. Did you see that one? The Star Wars?
You look like a demon.
What?
Yeah,
No.
he's basically a demon. He's like Darth Vader, but like way scarier.
Who's Darth Vader?
Oh my.
Can't hang with this kid anymore.
If you don't even know, you should come over to my house sometime. Well, I guess I don't have any of the VHS with the Darth Maul. But in like a year, you should hang out at one of our houses. We'll definitely have it.
I'll see if if Dad can get a copy when that comes to the Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. When it comes to Blockbuster, we should all have a big party with like lots of popcorn.
Yeah.
Candy, the Twizzlers. Yeah.
Dad says that could be an abuse of power, but I don't care. I want to see the lasers and the pod racing.
He says abuse of power. I say turn into the dark side.
What are they talking about?
It's the best story ever written.
Movie.
Oh,
The best movie ever. They will remember it for decades for the best graphics ever.
Actually, best story ever written was Final Fantasy VII, but Star Wars is pretty up there.
Letty, like all of this is just like just straight over her head. But she seems happy to have that time with you guys, that little bit of distraction. So at some point in the midst of the fair, goddamn, the memorial festivities, you hear from wherever you're hanging out at the time, you do hear the sound of like the screech of a microphone, and you hear an announcement, just a quick voice on like kind of booming all around you from these speakers that they mounted, saying, we are going to be revealing the memorial in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. The memorial will be revealed at City Hall in what? In 5 minutes. Thank you. And another
in
screech,
5 minutes.
and the mic turns off.
All right. Well, hell, do you guys want to like get there soon so we can get a good place to watch?
Sure.
Okay.
It's definitely going to be harder to see if we're near the back.
Oh yeah.
It's-
Has
it's not my
Doogie won?
assi-
Has Doogie won a stuffed object at this point, or have we not had time for that?
I imagine you guys had plenty of time to play games. If you want, go ahead and roll a d20. Yeah, I would say that you probably won. It's this like weird knockoff dog toy, like it's a little stuffed animal. It
Mhm.
looks like it could be Snoopy if it was named like Snoppy. Like it looks upsetting, but also you might have spent some stupid money trying to get it.
Snoppy the stuffed doll.
Snoppy.
Nice. Yeah, I've got like $2 left.
My Scoops' assignment is not to write up about the statue. I imagine someone else is taking care of that, but he definitely does want to get a good view of it. Especially as kids, if we're not up front, we're not seeing it, you know?
True. But also as kids, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys were like, fuck that. That's boring.
No.
So you guys kind of
Probably the most exciting thing that's happened in this town in a while, though.
Yes.
So...
As much as they've made it some kind of weird, like, money event, also, it's probably pretty exciting. Oh god, do I want to know what that is?
It's Snoppy.
Is it Snop? That is exactly Snoppy.
Snoppy.
Snop.
Like, it's not even like a big manufactured thing. It's like somebody might have made it in their basement like 2 days ago.
Still smells like mothballs and menthol cigarettes.
Oh no.
Oh god, that thing needs to be stripped later. So, you kind of converge over towards City Hall, where they have that little like 1 or 2 person stage, and it's there where you already see Mayor Bradshaw. She's already like standing there getting ready to take the microphone. People are like, it's almost like the crush of a crowd at like a concert. Again, it's not a huge town, but so many people have converged to Main Street to see this. and you're lucky, or you're probably super happy that you tried to get to the front, because otherwise it would be, despite October, it would have been miserable, like claustrophobic hot. The mayor has the microphone, and she says, "Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Lofatt's Remembering the 10 Memorial event.
Good
Before we
afternoon.
begin,"
Thought it
who
was a
was
call
that
and
who spoke?
thought it was a call and response. My bad.
Okay. Before we begin, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out to make this a truly special event. Seeing
You're
so many
welcome.
people who, I'm sorry, as she like covers the microphone. Where are your parents, young man? Do you need me to call somebody? I can have my assistant find your parents for you.
You're in
Who's she
trouble.
Who's she talking to?
Okay.
Uh.
And she straightens up, like, and it's already the look of a person who doesn't have parents or doesn't have kids, but is like, I'm done with this kid. Like, the mayor probably does not have a whole lot of experience dealing with younger ages. I'm so sorry. Anyway, it's amazing seeing so many people come together. It really restores the sense of community that we once had. Today we are gathering to honor the 10 children that we lost in the most tragic incident that this town has ever seen. And you can tell, I mean, it's showboating. It's making it big. It's making it grand. This place was old school coal mining industry. If you knew your history, certainly there's been bigger, but this is the event. And she gives a grand flourish of her hand to a man that's standing with her on the stage. And she says, "And to give me a helping hand, our very own Ethan Queen is here with us today. Ethan." And this
Scoops
man
is definitely woo.
he is a tall man. He is slender, kind of strangely gaunt. He has a weird face. You can't tell why it's weird, but it's something about it is off-putting. His cheeks are strangely too hollow. There's a little bit too much coloration, like just around the eyes. But his eyes are just a vibrant, kind of shocking blue. And despite his appearance, he seems to be very, very friendly. Like big, grand smiles, like big, straight teeth. He's not shying away from the crowd. He's even calling some people out individually, like calling them by name, like, "Hey, how you doing?" Maybe not Alan Wake, not yet. And he's very quick to more or less wax poetic about the lives of these teenagers. This man who taught some of them their senior year in English class, who later on went on to write a book after the extreme tragedy that fell upon them, has come back to like bring forth a crowd and tell a grand story of who these kids were. And as he continues on with this speech and he starts to kind of come down, he emphasizes that this doesn't seem like a sad memorial event. This doesn't feel like a wake. This feels more like a celebration of life, and that's how these kids would have wanted to be remembered. Like he's really hyping it up. But he is an all right actor. Like it's decent. It's good. And at the end of it, he reaches out and he goes ahead and pulls it down the sheet that was covering the structure in front of City Hall. And if this thing will fucking let me. Yay! It's this 6-foot tall, like just stone monolith that they have erected in front of City Hall. This isn't some like little plaque for historical purposes, kind of mentioning the names of the people in the town. This is a huge, grand gesture. And even at your age, it's probably not getting past you that it's very much an attention grab. But it's beautiful. It's gold etching with like the names are in gold. It's shining, polished, like immaculate. While in the same breath, it looks like they kind of put a tombstone in front of City Hall. And as everybody kind of cheers and claps, Mr. Queen wraps up his speech with saying that their memory will forever be recorded in Lofatt's history. Thank you. There's more cheering, there's more clapping. And if you... Can you guys roll perception again?
That's brains.
Yes. Sorry, I'll get that eventually.
No, you're good. Oh.
Brains.
I would like to use my lucky strength and spend some adversity points to re-roll that. How do these adversity points work?
So they show up on a fail.
What do you
Which
mean?
there has been, like, if you fail something,
Mm-hmm.
you gain adversity points, and that's
Oh.
kind of my fault. I should be keeping better track of that. I will be sure to definitely do so in the future.
Do we share them, or is it per
You
person?
can. So the two big actions is you can either do a snap decision, where you can only use your own adversity tokens, because it's a quick, like, I'm making this choice now, and that it's just you in that moment. Whereas there is like the taking 20 equivalent, where it's a planned action, and that is when other people, you can pool adversity tokens together, and they give you a +1. And because I'm an asshole, and I haven't been tracking it, I'll be better to do so in the future. I will say you can absolutely use an adversity token.
Thank you. I know I failed my 2 attack rolls on the dodgeball, so maybe those will be the 2 adversity points I
Yeah.
had.
So you have a total of 5.
Yeah. Huh?
Adversity tokens are +1 a piece.
They're +1. +1 apiece.
He can use but he has lucky. He's
Yeah, with lucky I can
Oh.
spend 2 adversity to re-roll.
Oh, okay, yeah, go for it.
I am just okay, never mind. I just
technically
don't
cheaper
don't get
than using 3 adversity.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
Alexa, you notice this strictly because you've kind of been galpelling around with her throughout the day. But Letitia suddenly looks like really pale, like staring at the monument. As people like kind of run forward to like get pictures and everything like that. Like she seems rooted in place for a moment before she turns and I think I need to go.
What? Why? What's wrong?
Dad says I'm not supposed to talk about it. But
Mm. It seems to be really bothering you. Is it the monument?
I fell down in that mine. Somebody was down there.
What,
What
like
do you
an
mean?
like an adult or a kid?
I didn't see them. But what if it was one of them? I should go.
well-
Dad said I shouldn't talk about that. He's right.
Well, no, but if you saw someone, did you tell people?
He said I told Daddy, and he said I shouldn't talk about it. Roll, if y'all want to roll charm. or like team up to roll charm with like advantage or
Yeah.
something.
Definitely somebody, not me.
I'm in.
I'm rolling the char.
If you're... So is that why your dad was saying it sounds crazy? Because it sounds crazy that there would be someone down
Yo.
there?
I'm gonna use my lucky and re-roll that.
Okay, go for it.
Letty, are you saying that... Hey,
Well,
there you
that's
go.
a bigger
That's
block. Hey.
26 total.
Scoop, go ahead and ask your question.
Letty, are you saying that that's why your dad said it sounded crazy? Because people would think it's crazy that there's still someone down there?
As you ask this question, her eyes are rooted on Alexa. Like she's like peering up at you, like wide-eyed. Her like there's starting to be tears gathered in the corners. And she just nods her head, and he said that it sounded crazy that somebody would be down there, that nobody would be down there, but I heard someone. And then Deacon Morgan said that I was right. And her hands are getting shaky, and she's actually got tears kind of coming out of the sides of her cheeks.
Scoops will like
Wait.
put a hand like on her shoulder. Hey, it's
She
okay.
flinches.
I don't... Does she like flinch it off or just like...
It's just like her body just kind of jolts.
Hey, I don't think you're crazy.
Wait,
If someone's down there, they might need help. You might have saved someone by finding out someone's down there.
No.
Wait, the deacon said you were right? Someone's down there?
Yeah. He said that I didn't have anything to be afraid of, that he was going to take care of it. But she's breathing heavily. Her breaths are kind of coming in a little faster, borderlining on hyperventilating.
Letty, if you don't have any, if he said there's nothing to be afraid of, then, I mean, you still seem pretty afraid.
There's somebody down there. And it didn't sound human to me.
Oh, you're like the goat boy or something?
And I think that's where we're going to take a break.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Just right into it.
All right. Let me throw on the break screen. We'll be right back.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I got to pee really bad. Yep.
Okay. Alrighty, we are back.
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Doogie pulls, sorts through some of his comic books in his backpack and takes out a few that are like monster series, like monsters and cryptids, and starts shuffling through and is like, "Did it look like any of these? This one or this one? Any of them catching your eye?"
No, it was dark.
Hmm. Okay.
Sorry.
Here's what I think we've got to do. Tell your dad you're having a sleepover. You're gonna crash over at Alexa's place, okay? And we'll all meet at the usual spot, and we're gonna solve us a mystery.
I don't know if I want to go back there though. Deacon
Okay.
Morgan said that he was going to take care of it. I think.
Did he say how he would take care of it?
No. He didn't.
Well, I mean, maybe he's just telling the sheriff about it.
What if he's telling the sheriff I'm crazy?
Well, then maybe we
Oh.
go and find out for sure. I mean, if there's 5 of us that all say it,
You saying that, that fear is still very much there, but just the sound of, hey, if you have other witnesses with you, if you have backup saying you're not crazy, that very much gives way to a spark of acceptance in whatever potential plan, like throwing this idea around. It's like, yeah, that actually sounds okay.
and Scoops, you have your camera, right?
Pull out my Game Boy camera. It's not going to be very useful in the low light, but if that thing's making weird noises, I can record those.
What are the chances that there is like a decent camera at Alexa's house?
I would say potentially decent. Strictly because, I mean, your mom could have like been a photographer.
Oh, you know what? It's probably not a photography camera. It's probably like a video camera,
Oh.
right?
The little
like
like
every-
point and shoot
Yeah.
Panasonic
Yeah.
camcorder.
I would
'Cause I
say
could
it's
see that
probably not
being
super
enough.
high grade for what it is, but
no,
I mean,
I don't mean like professional, but like it's something that's maybe a step up from a Game Boy camera.
Yep.
I would say yeah to that. Yeah. I mean, in that time, like, how many people had like, oh, we're gonna make the movies
Home
for the
movies.
family. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah, the
gonna make
home
home
movies.
movies.
My family had like one of those DV
Nice.
tape cameras.
I
Yeah.
had a girlfriend. We made stop motion Lego movies.
That's awesome.
I made yeah, a lot of those, a lot of my own home movies. I had a Family Guy ripoff called Family Man that I shot using my sister's dolls, and they were the characters.
We can go get the camera, and we can go get my dad's camera, bring it up there, and see what we find.
Night though, in the dark.
We have flashlights.
And I have extra batteries. Gotta pack extra batteries.
Most importantly, we have a team.
Hey, that's weird. That's like exactly what my friend had. Yeah. Let me go find Daddy, and I'll ask.
She's gonna come with her just because, if the guise is that she's staying over at her house.
Flash the puppy eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She finds her dad relatively easily. It looks like he's been kind of helping out at one of the vending stalls. Nothing crazy. It looks like somebody who's done some crafts in their basement. Like, again, a lot of people just making homemade stuff and bringing it up. It looks like he's been helping around there, and she's really quick to try to make it herself seem a little bit more exuberant, a little more pep and happy when she runs up to ask her dad, "Hey dad, I have a new friend. Can I spend the night?" Like, really tries to deliver it. And he looks down at her kind of concerned, like, well, like, baby, you said that you weren't feeling good. You haven't been sleeping well. Are you sure? This isn't a lot. You're not going to be calling me in the middle of the night to come pick you up. Kind of a response. And if you will, for the sake of girl support,
Absolutely.
I'm going to roll charm, and if you would also like to roll charm, just so we can get like an outlook on it.
Ooh.
Fuck yeah. Letty baby
What's
doll,
Letty's
your
last
shirt.
name?
Peters.
Peters. Mr. Peters, please, my dad has this big screen TV that he installed, and he has a DVD player, and we just got what's a like late 90s rom-com.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Yes.
Nice.
We just got the 10 Things I Hate About You DVD. It would be a great night.
You know that Heath Ledger's a dreamy one.
Oh, Van's here.
With just Letty, he looks a little apprehensive, but seeing you excited to like involve his daughter in something, he nods his head. You guys don't stay up too late. You call me if you need anything.
Absolutely.
And you call me by noon tomorrow.
And she, her being like the responsible like girl, she like pulls out her notebook and like gives him the pen and notebook so that they have the like landline number. I'll be sure to give my dad your number.
Okay, yeah, and he'll take the time to like write his whole name, write down like address and number. Just, I mean, it's small town.
Yeah.
Who's gonna get doxxed here? Not him. But yeah, he passes that over to you. All right, you two have fun. Are you guys gonna stay a little longer? Do you guys need money? Anything? And
She leaves that up to Letty.
she looks a little frozen, and then maybe money for dinner. And he'll like fish out like a 10 spot from his pocket and give it to her before you guys are sent off.
Thanks,
$10.
Mr. Peters.
Thanks, Daddy. I've never done this lying thing before. This is a lot.
It's kind of exciting.
Hopefully. And she'll follow y'all back to the group. So what is y'all's plan?
I'm gonna check out this sinkhole.
Sure. Hold on. I made pictures for daytime. Let me tint them with like blue.
Are we
Look.
going right now, or are we going like at
That's
night?
the question.
I figured we'd like meet up at the like clubhouse, treehouse, shed out back. Like,
Figure out the plan.
yeah,
That's right. One of you guys has like a little place, right?
I
Like
know
a
we
little-
talked about it. I don't remember who we said.
Yeah, I think I said that I would have one of those like Amish built clubhouses kind of things in the backyard.
Okay, so y'all are heading over to Justin's house.
Yeah,
Cool.
and that means that Alexa's place would be nearby since we were neighbors.
And
right?
it's not far at all. Like, you guys are can I ping with this? Yeah, you guys are here. I would say that most residential is like over down this way. Do I have you guys on the right one? Yeah. Or even like over here. Obviously, they're sporadic throughout, but like it's not a big town. It's not going to take a lot of time.
Right.
So you guys
I mean, unless we want to meet up, we could. Yeah.
So y'all reconvene over at Justin's house in his little hideaway, little wooden clubhouse in the back. Is there any particular things that you have to make that place more homey, Justin? Or is it just bare bones? Do you have anything like activity-wise, games in there?
Oddly enough, the inside is probably the least decked out. There might be, you know those, like, fold-up cushion couch things? Like, he's probably got one of those things in there. But what he spent way more time on is putting a kiddie pool up on the roof and filled it with gumballs. And so he's like ready for, like, in case anybody attacks the fort, I got the gumball pit. And
I love that he's like, I have adult
way
money.
more time on that than actually decorating the inside of it.
Yeah.
All right, we got Chekhov's gumball pit.
So we just go up there?
Well, we should prepare first. I mean, what do we need for this? Was it dark down there, or?
Oh, it's dark. And by the way, depending on where houses are located, it's up here on the northern part of the map.
Letty, you said it was a sinkhole. How did
Yeah.
you get back out?
Daddy went and got help. I mean, we
Okay.
were actually, this was a story that was ran in the paper. If you want to roll brains to just remember details.
I will do that. How did it go? Never mind. I know. Oh, I super know. Dude. Oh, look at these exploding dice go.
What?
Jesus.
Dude, exploding dice rules.
Oh
You
my
got-
Yeah,
God.
yeah, Sid. With a
Holy
73. What do I know with a 73, Sid?
You
Hell.
like, so here's the thing.
That was
you know
awesome.
the author of that piece. You know the author's mom. You know everything about this story.
2020, 2013.
Jesus.
That might be the coolest roll I've ever had in the, like,
I thought you
5.5
rolled a
years that we've been playing.
D100 by accident.
No, I didn't. I saw the first 20 and I was like, cool. And then I remembered exploding dice. I was like, oh no. And then they just kept.
Oops, I opened Steam. Hold up, cancel. We don't want to do that.
Sid's just gonna go play some
I'm
Valheim.
just gonna
for a little
quit.
bit.
See you later. So because
73.
you rolled that high, you remember it was a very quick blurb in the paper.
Yeah.
It was not a whole lot of like space was dedicated to it. The headline was like local child falls in sinkhole. And it was like her and her dad were out like looking for camping spaces for like an upcoming trip that they were going to take. It was just nearby, but they still like walk out and hunt and hike and everything like that. You vividly recall the reporter's notes on this one. They were out over by fucking Tunnel Ridge coal mine, like around those parts, up on Goat Rock. I forgot, that might have been the name. It is now.
My favorite genre.
And they were just walking, and then Letty just falls through this sinkhole. They investigated a little bit into it. They're saying that it's because it was over some derelict mining. The cribbing gave way, and Letty just happened to be an unfortunate, like, hey, I'm on top of this, and she fell in. Mr. Peters, in a fright, left her there for, like,
Go
not a
get
whole
help.
lot of time, but, like, left her there to return, like, to grab some of the gear that they brought, and, like, had rope on hand.
Okay.
She didn't sustain a lot of injuries. They took her to the hospital for a checkup. But even in the paper, ever since then, Dad said she's coming up with some really weird stories. She's
Mhm.
been a little spooked. You know
So-
that a survey company is supposed to be up there to check to see if everything is fine before they go ahead and fill it in so it's not an issue in the future. Like, you know this story.
Yeah, however it comes up when we need a plan, I'm like, well, if I remember correctly in the story, and then I literally just recite basically the whole blurb verbatim. So,
Oh, yeah.
we need to bring rope for sure to get out. Any other climbing or camping gear we might have. Alexa, you've got your mom's camcorder. I've got my recorder for better sound. We've all got flashlights. We should take some snacks just in case. And water, definitely water. I've got pegs on my bike. Anyone else? So that Letty can ride with one of us?
Well, I can just stop by my house and get my bike.
Okay. Then you can ride on mine then, Letty. And I think that should about cover it. Sid with a 73, does that about cover it?
I think
Cool. Justin, do you have camping gear and rope and stuff?
Yeah, man, I got some camping gear.
Great.
Boy Scout.
Yeah, but we're here now.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But we also
your,
need...
your parents probably wouldn't even let you if they knew.
My dad definitely would like go hunting and have some stuff, and so he'd like have some stuff in the basement that's all sorts of camping gear, and he'd just start taking it and be like, "It's okay, my dad will be fine with
Wait,
it."
As we're rifling through it, since you just said your dad goes hunting.
Well,
is
yeah,
there-
but the guns are like in the safe. I
Okay.
can't get in
Yeah,
there.
because that's what, like, Scoops is, like, looking at it like, are you sure we can't get in there? Because if this thing's not human, like Letty
I don't know what
said...
the combination is, and like I could go over and like try my birthday and his birthday. Like, no, it's not that. I don't know.
Okay. What's the closest
Unless
thing we...
I don't know. Is my dad such a doofus that he made it like one of our birthdays?
Being in his field of work for the government,
Yeah, he's probably
I
got
would
a home.
think he has like, he doesn't have like the password app, but he's like that guy that religiously keeps that book, and it's like 50-digit passwords like
Yeah,
across
yeah,
the
yeah.
board.
You're like looking at the Tumblr, and you're like, I've never seen a Tumblr with symbols in addition to numbers.
Yeah,
Is that a chevron?
yeah.
The
Like,
password is chevron ampersand asterisk parentheses.
as far as your dad, like picking passwords and combos and stuff like that, it's not gonna be anything
Okay.
near and true. It's just gonna be numbers and stuff.
What's the closest thing we could bring to Justin,
Bring the gumball pit.
let's get some knives out of your kitchen, just in case.
What?
We need to get...
Knife?
Yeah. If we need
Guys,
to
I
fight...
think this is a little crazy. We shouldn't.
Yeah, we don't
Dude, he's
need
got
that.
a pretty awesome knife.
Wait, Doogie.
No, I'm sorry. I know a sharp knife is a safe knife, but that is not the right tool for this. We
Okay.
should. I don't
Dude.
think we should bring any weapons.
What about we bring? I have a baseball bat, a couple baseball bats.
Okay.
Perfect. And,
I have a
Warriors.
metal one and a wood one.
well,
Can confirm getting hit in the head with a metal one, definitely.
well,
Right.
Alexa
Ah.
has to hold the camera, and I have to hold the microphone. So, Justin and Doogie, you're taking the bats.
Oh boy. I'm. I mean, if we have to.
I mean, we should be smart about it. Especially if, like Letty said, this thing isn't human. We gotta, you know...
Yeah, I think the smart thing would be to run.
Yeah.
I think, just in case, you know?
Just in case. What now? The
I don't
baseball
know.
bat.
You just want to be just in case.
All right, we
Seems
can take the
Justin
baseball.
Cooper.
We can take the baseball bats, but I think anything else is a bit much.
All right, I'll put away my great sword.
It's a replica. It's not even sharp.
Yeah, do we have like?
You go to Comic-Con once,
I
and
was
you
gonna
come
say,
back with.
Justin, does Justin have like the lightsaber toys?
That's up to Justin.
Sorry, say it one more time. Sorry, I just had a work thing to work out.
I was thinking lightsabers.
Do you have lightsaber toys?
Oh, I have lightsaber toys, but I'm not bringing them and risking them.
That's the answer I
That's the
wanted.
correct answer.
They get broken.
Okay, baseball bats it is.
In Powers, I'm riding a baseball bat.
Well, I think this is as good as we're gonna get. Are we gonna head out there now? I think we should get out there before it gets too dark.
I agree. All right, let's do this. Serpentine. We're going in with the with the sled dog pattern. All right.
I
Let's
don't know
rock
what
and roll.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either. Let's do this thing.
Okay.
There's like a brief clip, like in the movie, where it's kids grabbing like baseball bat, backpack, climbing gear, knife. No, I think the knife's too much. You need to put
Pop-Tart.
a backpack.
What did they say about knives? No.
and then
Pop
it's,
tarts.
One of the close-up
yeah,
shots
and
is
then it's, like,
slapping
taking
on a
off on
slap
the bike.
bracelet.
oh, absolutely. God, I miss slap bracelet. So you guys head out to the coal mine.
As
With-
Letty's riding on my pegs.
Yeah. Is there a particular route that you choose to take to get there?
I'm guessing she's guiding us to it, right? Since she fell in it.
She
so
absolutely can.
It would
yeah.
be. I feel like it would be whatever route she took.
Okay.
That being said, we probably avoid like going right through the middle of town.
Sure.
yes. And that was my question. Are you guys just gonna be like, we're riding through town, like, hey, Mr. Peters, look how much fun we're having?
And we say, hey, don't
Also,
mind
we're
us,
going
just
this
going
way.
back to the sinkhole.
Uh-huh.
We could cut left and up and go past the knot sheets. Wait, where's the sheets?
Sheets is over on the highway. I'll
Sheets
do
is like
another
over
zoom
there
out.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I
It's-
thought.
it's
Oh,
out.
I
Oh,
thought the
actually,
sheet
no, wait.
was.
The yellow
Yeah,
thing is
that's
the highway,
highway.
right? It's just
Yeah.
like right here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I thought the
Oh,
sheets
that
was
thing.
in town. All right.
Nah, it's over on the corner, like in the highway area. They couldn't bring that business here; it would have
Oh.
like gone under.
All right.
So she will very much like once you guys kind of get on the outskirts of town. She is very adept at navigating the hills. Things get a little bit more like off-road. She steers you guys off of like just the main thoroughfare onto like a gravel road, and then that cuts through like a meadow before it turns into like the more wooded area. And it's as soon as you guys enter the wooded area, there's like a trail, and she's very much directing like up these trails. It is an incline. It's not a super easy ride. And if you guys want to roll brawn to see how well you make it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, good.
Can I roll Val instead?
Uh,
Ba-da-ba-ba-dum-bum.
What will grit get me if I just want to
ooh.
keep on chugging away at it?
I would say you could do grit, yeah, like as a con.
All right, more explodies.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot more grit than brawn.
Ooh.
Apparently not.
It's a rough one for some of you, and it might have been made even more rough. Just those corn dogs, those tasty fair treats that probably wouldn't pass like a health check of any sort. It's kind of making your stomach feel a little like there's too much sugar in there. Some of your Darth Maul paint starts to get a little sweaty, runs a little bit. You look more like a KISS member or something.
I forgot you
Gross.
look like Darth Maul this whole time.
Oh yeah.
I totally forgot.
Just for tracking adversity points, who all failed?
Definitely Alexa and Just.
Wait, you get
Adding that point.
for every time you succeeded something or fail or what?
Every time you
it's supposed
fail.
to be fail. I've been shit at actually tracking him because I forgot about him. But I
Okay,
will
think
definitely
I
like
failed twice, I think.
tabs on it a little bit better on this next one for sure. But you guys do get up there, and she even steers you past the actual Tunnel Ridge coal mine entrance is something that you guys bypassed. And even though that there was a huge cave in, they walled it up. Like cement, nobody else is gonna even try to pick this apart. We're done. They sealed it. And it's it's maybe like 15-20 minutes past that, up over a ridge. And she brings you to this hole in the ground. It would be actually, everybody roll perception real quick, or brain.
Oh, I will mark an adversity on mine.
Yeah.
Just rack up those adversity
Wow.
points, please.
We're gonna need them.
Oh, one for me too.
Jeez,
all for it.
man.
As soon as we
Okay.
saw the hole, we all went, duh.
Oh.
That's a hole.
Hole in the ground.
So, the only reason Letty seems to know where it is because she's the one that fell in. Like once you guys get even close, she's like, okay, we need to get off and look. And she takes a moment to steer you over there, but it's not completely just intuition and memory that leads her. Her eye catches on something and she walks forward enough. And she stops like next to the hole, but also like on the edge of it is a hard hat that's been like left behind.
Does it look like it's been there a while, or like has it accumulated a lot of muck?
Give me another brain.
Another brain.
I mean, so overall the thing looks old and worn, but it doesn't look old and worn in terms of it's been left to weather in the elements.
Mm-hmm.
Your buddy Scoops, he was recalling the article, and at the end of it mentioned that survey crews were coming out to inspect the area before they brought in like any heavy machinery to come and fill in the hole.
I'm gonna look like on the inside of the hard hat and see if anyone has like marked their name or anything, like a company.
Sure. There's no indicator for a company of any sort, but the inside, right, is it's like a Bible verse.
Whoa.
Looking down the hole, can we see the bottom of it? Like, is it still
Like
light
just
enough
the numbers,
to see
by
it?
the way. No.
Okay.
Like it's kind of like in the picture where you get a sense of like the edge, like how deep, like how thick the ground was before it gave way.
Mhm.
And then you see like a drop, but then it's just dark. Like you don't have any real determining ability, like you can't figure out how deep it goes. It's just kind of ground and then dark.
Can I
I'm
throw
gonna-
a rock down?
Yeah, you can. So you toss a rock down. It's no time at all before it hits the ground. Like it's not cavernous deep. It's deep enough that a 10-year-old girl fell in, and she wasn't like super injured, but she still had some bumps and bruises. I would say probably anywhere between like 10, 15, 20.
Well, it's not super deep.
All right. Who brought the rope? Let's get down there.
All
Right.
Well, what are we gonna anchor this around?
Oh, there's a tree over there. Here, I got
Okay.
my knots badge. I'll go ahead and tie this off. I will
I'll
use
just
my
hand over
knots
some-
expertise.
The rope is like not thick rope,
Mm-hmm.
but it's. I'll say I made a pulley, a little pulley system in the backyard that's like it can support a child's weight for sure, but it's like it's fairly thin rope, but it's really like tightly bound, and like, it'll do the job.
Like
You guys are
paracord
going-
type thing.
I don't know the right name for it, but it'll work.
You guys are going down there? You guys shouldn't go down there.
Why
Well,
not?
how else are we gonna know?
I don't know. But what if you guys can't get back out?
Well, that's what the rope's for.
Yeah, it's what the rope's for.
Are you gonna make me go in there?
Not if you
No.
don't want to.
No, you can wait out here alone in the dark.
Well, somebody needs to keep an eye.
Dude, you just a dick.
Roll charm at disadvantage with that one.
Roll negative charm.
Roll counter charm.
Her eyes kind of widen a little bit. And then they narrow. But also she knows you're right. It's either she's waiting alone or she's going back in there.
Oh,
I mean, someone should, make sure the rope stays secure to the tree, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I can do that.
Oh, that's what we should have brought. Walkie-talkies.
walkie-talkies would have been good.
Walkie-talkies would have been fucking solid.
Oh,
Oops.
Let's cancel
Uh,
this. Let's
you know
go
what?
for walkie-talkies.
I do have 2 adversity points now, and I have the skill prepared, which I can spend 2
Oh.
adversity points to just so happen to have a commonplace item with you. And I would say some walkie-talkies, especially for a Boy Scout, would not be
Look at you.
out of line.
Yes.
Look at you go.
He was like, I planned for this. I brought them.
Uh-huh.
Similarly, Sid,
Mhm.
I have the treasure hunter strength,
Sure.
which lets me spend 1 adversity point to find a useful item in my surroundings. So perhaps as we are securing the rope, if there is anything else around that I could take note of. Like maybe it's something, could be like, I don't know, in addition to the helmet, something else maybe?
That's what I'm
Like,
that's
might be
the
useful
wavelength I'm thinking on.
narratively as opposed to like,
Maybe a
Um,
harness?
Yeah.
I don't think they're doing sex stuff
actually.
out here.
guys, I found a cool swing.
So it's
Oh no.
I'm a
as you're
unicorn!
tying, oh no. As you're tying like the rope to the tree, you notice there's like some more gear there. There's a small flashlight. It's not like a big like camping flashlight. It's
Mhm.
definitely probably something more attuned to like crawl spaces and that sort of work. And then you do find like it's more like a tool belt than an actual harness, but it could definitely be used for something like that.
Okay. Now are there things in the tool belt?
There's a hammer.
Okay. I'm just gonna add that to my hammer. Alright.
In order to try and like calm Lexi down a little bit, calm Letty down, they mixed their 2 names. She's gonna pull out the 2 flashlights she would have grabbed while they were at her house grabbing the video camera, and hand one to her.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is scary. I don't feel good being here.
Well, on the bright side, if there is nothing down there, it's just a little hole. But if there is someone down there, then maybe we can help them.
Do you want to turn back and have one of us kind of take you back into town, and then, I mean, we could come back and do this later tonight, and if you're not feeling safe.
No, I need to make sure you guys are okay, but I need to make sure I'm not crazy. She seems like, I mean, she very much takes your offer to heart, and you can tell just visually that she appreciates it. But she has the flashlight that Alexa gave her, and she just kind of clutches it to her chest.
And hey guys, look, I found this belt. It might make it easier to get down there. You know, less climbing, more like a harness, sort of.
Yeah, all right. If it works, right?
I mean, I found it. I can test it, I suppose.
And I mean, like, it's not like there's absolutely, like, I mean, on a lot of work belts even now, what's the hooky bit? A carabiner? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Carabiners.
Yeah, like there's probably stuff like that on it. Like, it's not here's a tool belt with only a hammer, but
Like-
probably something that was left behind because it wasn't nearly as important as other things.
With the rope too, like if we take a minute, we can like do the things so it's like there are little loops for hand and footholds.
I go ahead and take or roll brain.
Mm-hmm.
But I will allow it as a planned action. So if anybody has any abilities or adversity tokens to tack on, like we can make that a thing.
Anybody?
I'm sorry, for what situation?
I'm putting like with the rope. I'm adding little like the handhold foothold loops that you can do.
Gotcha.
That would fit into my knot tying stuff.
So we get an adversity point for every time we fail something.
Yes.
I've got 4.
It's technically like DM's discretion. Like, yeah, you get an adversity token, but also, like, I mean, this has been super narrative heavy, and we're hitting like some good stuff. So I'll absolutely say, like, yeah, you earned adversity tokens to use for these events.
When do they
Oh,
So how
geez.
exactly do we does the system work? Like if we fail, we earn one, and then we spend one to do the
Yeah,
thing?
you can choose to spend some. You can, if it's a
Okay.
planned action, you got to pool them together with the other characters.
Got it. So because I earned one from failing, and I then spent one for treasure hunting, I'm at a net 0?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Once you spend them, they're gone.
Okay, got it. I thought for some reason in my head it was like a bar that is filling up, just of like almost like an exhaustion meter, you know? But
That'd be an
okay,
interesting
okay,
one.
got it. Yeah, I was like, well, what happens when it's filled? we just die.
Doogie. You're a little excited. Maybe not in like a positive excited, but also like just having that excess energy that I'm doing something I'm probably not supposed to do. This is exciting. This is scary. This is interesting. It's just that that energy that you have. Your hands are a little shaky as you're tying the knots. You have to do it a couple times. But you do eventually get it done.
Okay.
To the best of your knowledge, anyway.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna tack on an adversity right there. See. Never mind.
So you guys are going down?
Yep.
Yeah.
Scoops has volunteered to go first.
Okay.
Second.
And
Third, I guess.
I've got my tape
Yeah.
recorder. Sorry.
Flight's my main thing. I'm gonna go last.
And I guess we'll leave it up to Letty as to whether or not she actually wants to go down.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have like my cassette recorder, and so I have that like in my backpack, but like the microphone cable's like coming out of the backpack to me, so I can be holding it as I'm going down the rope, like, okay, slowly descending into the cave now, like narrating as I go down for my recording later.
Uh-huh.
Slowly descending into the cave. Am I rolling anything for climbing down, Sid?
I would do either brawn or grunt. Probably brawn, ultimately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh. You
oh.
you descend. You all descend a little faster than what you would like.
So the recording's like now descending into the pit.
Oh, but
Again, it's really hard to know what like the scale of like what y'all are doing. Like I wish it would say like out of this number you rolled a this, like just in like the macro.
Yeah, I mean, a 5 was fantastic for me.
Yeah, technically. It's not an all-out failure. Again, you're not just like, I'm jumping in, wee. You try. You try to like hold the system that you guys did, but again, it's between nerves, between your own weight, between like, oh shit, like it's a faster descent than what you anticipate, but it's not a super long fall either. But for Alexa, roll. Can you just like roll a percentile die for me?
Sure.
Wow.
So, Sammy scoops ahoy buck like lands. You have Justin that comes down a little after, kind of going fast. You have Doogie not long after, again, fast. And like Sammy, you turn like just in time to like look up at the opening and you're calling out to Alexa like, "Hey, are you coming down?" She like rushes at you. And like pretty much falls on top of you. It's not graceful. It's impacting. If you want to go ahead and roll, I would give you brawn to try to catch, flight to get the hell out of the way, or no, just those two, I think.
Okay. Well, so is this for all of us, or is it just for who?
It's just you trying to figure out if, like, you turned like to look up at the hole to call out to Alexa,
Okay.
and then she just comes falling at you. This is either you catching or you getting out of the way,
I mean,
or you like getting landed on. In which case you can roll like
grit,
brawn or grit to see how well you withstand.
you know what? He would try to catch her, but I just don't see it going well. But he's gonna try. He's gonna try. Dang it!
Oh, buddy.
Ow! I knew it wasn't gonna be a success, but like I had to do it, you know.
Alexa comes down like fast. Sammy looking up, like panicking, reaching arms out, thinking, yeah, I'm absolutely gonna catch her. But it's very much those scenarios where people have like a blanket between them and they're like, yeah, I'm totally gonna catch this guy. And like just that added weight, like they get like pulled together and like knock their heads into each other. It's one of those. It hurts. It doesn't feel great. But Alexa, you had a kind of soft-ish landing. It wasn't rocks or anything. You landed on a body.
Ow! Ow! Are you okay? Ow!
Did I catch you?
Not really. She gets up.
You saw that I tried, though, right?
Yeah, tried. Ow.
Affirmative.
That's the word.
She
tried.
saw that I tried. Ugh. that was him into the. This was his microphone, in case that wasn't clear.
Jeez.
Is the microphone still working?
Affirmative.
Oh no.
Wait. Yes, is my microphone still working? Is my.
I don't know. Do you have a flashlight to check?
Yeah, I'll open up my bag to see if the tape recorder and stuff is still intact.
Roll brain.
Uh-oh. Well, that is my good score, at least. Well, at least it's my good score. I might be able to do nothing with a
Y'all.
3.
The little circle bits are moving. Little geary bits. Those are moving. Lights on.
Okay. All right.
So it looks like it's working.
Okay. We have resumed inside of the sinkhole. I
So-
failed to catch my friend, and everything hurts.
Let me see something real quick.
Alexa's gonna take out the camcorder and like flap open the like crappy LCD and start recording.
Wait, Alexa, aim it at me for a second. Okay, I've seen them do that on TV. I don't know what it does, but they always clap when the camera starts.
So it's dark. Pitch black. You find yourself it's in a single tunnel. Above you there's not immediately above you because above you there's a hole. But a few feet on either side of you there's some wooden structures keeping the tunnel aloft, if you will. The cribbing of the mine is what it is. But in one direction, it is a vast pit of darkness, and in the other, a vast pit of darkness. Can everybody roll perception for me?
Brains.
Oh,
There we go. There's some
Ooh.
numbers finally.
Got some exploding.
Oh boy. I am
Those last three are kind of more on the failure side.
Yeah, I am not feeling I mean, I had the wind knocked out of me, to be fair.
Doogie, as you look down the tunnel one way, you look down the tunnel the other way. You take a couple steps in, just kind of trying to like see if there's an end to any of it. And aside from ancient rock and dust, you see a boot.
A boot what?
What's that, a boot?
I will go investigate the boot. Cautiously,
Okay.
knowing that snakes may be in boots, I use extreme caution.
So you step forward, you pick it up, or you just like kind of like towing it, moving it around?
I think I'd nudge it with the toes first, and then given.
You kind of tow it so it's upright. And you have your flashlight and you kind of like get an angle on it. It doesn't look like there's anything living inside.
Then I will further examine it.
These are a single of. It's a steel-toed work boot. It's got neon yellow laces. They're worn, but they're not old. Given that this mine was sealed a few years ago, they seem a little out of place.
Leather steel-toed work boot with neon laces. Is it a right or left shoe? Or does it matter?
Shoe.
It's a
Left.
middle shoe.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and while we're here at the hole, I'm gonna take out my local map and compass and kind of make a note of where we are.
Sure.
Start like doodling like this is where the hole is, path this way, path that way.
Mhm.
Um,
Ooh,
Uh,
speaking
I was-
of,
gonna do the Butters voice.
Hey guys,
Oh, guys.
There's a shoe.
it's me, Butters.
Dang it! What's Doogie? What's Doogie? Hey, guys, there's a boot over here. Steel toe, work boot, neon laces. Appears to be a left one.
Sid,
Scoops.
intuitive strength. You may spend 1 adversity token to ask the GM about your surroundings, an NPC, or the like. The GM must answer honestly.
What's your question?
I didn't think about the question. I just thought about using it in this situation.
Just know it's in the chamber.
Just know that I will ask you something, and I'm not sure right this second.
Sure.
My brain went like, "Oh, wait, I should ask something about this
I
pit,"
will say,
but I don't know what.
I will
That's a special
say,
cool for later.
like, I wouldn't like give you crazy, insane thing
Oh,
that
yeah, something
you
I
as a
couldn't know.
character
Yeah, of
wouldn't
course,
know.
of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But it was okay. So no, it was about. So we have the 2 vast pits of darkness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on.
It's a tunnel. Mhm.
Okay.
A two-way tunnel.
Okay. I was
It's a mine shaft.
got it.
I keep opening up that there's a shoe.
Yeah, me too. So I knowing that this is like a mining tunnel, etc., and like the path we took up here, which one seems more like it's heading toward an exit? Which one seems like it's more heading deeper into the mine? I guess that's technically asking you 2 things. So, but if you
Well,
tell me
also
one,
with
then the other.
If I'm holding the map, and the compass, then we should be able to see on the map.
I mean, me giving you this information without having like an actual map to give you guys is a little like
Mm.
Well,
but I
mean,
will say that absolutely yes, you can determine where you can feasibly have an exit just
yeah,
based
like
off of
like
where
which is I guess
like,
downhill.
the tunnel.
Yeah.
But also bear in mind, this mine shaft was sealed. There are other points for air to get in,
Right. So I can't
but
do
the mine was sealed.
thing.
Gotcha.
And really quickly, can y'all roll brains for me again?
I'm not
everyone?
done with my 27 yet. Anything else to note about the shoe or the boot or the ground around the area? Any scratch marks from being dragged away from
Fail
something?
that one.
Actually, now that you mention it, looking for particular scuff marks, you do see a few. You see where, like, potentially what kind of got caught for that shoe to come loose. You see just sharp drags through dirt, kind of like lifting up occasionally, maybe like something broke contact. But Duke, it's as you notice those dragging marks, you hear a sound from the tunnel in front of you. You hear something rustle and stir. It's whisper soft, but it's enough for you to like look up, to stare off into the dark, to move your flashlight. And all you see is 2 eyes, reflective eyes, staring back at you. And that's where we'll end it for tonight.
Oh.
How
Oh.
dare you?
Oh, I hate that.
Treasonous.
Well, That's terrifying.
Yeah, that's some Stephen King shit there.
Some Ethan Queen
Time
right there.
to click
That's
flight.
Ethan Queen.
Yep.
Okay, well, Sid, thank you for a good session 1.
Yes.
That's gonna be terrifying next Monday.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how all that plays out.
Yeah. Okay, bye stream. We're back next Monday.
If dodgeball has taught me anything, it's to not try to fight it.